to offer you a helpful, supportive, above and beyond banking relationship. Starting to stress about the complexities of qualifying for a small business loan? BNC can guide you through the process with much less stress and likely far more success. Speak to one of our team members today. Member FDIC.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
When property owners in Bismarck and Mandan seek transformation, ServPro's construction program brings both vision and precision. From that very first hammer strike to the final touch of paint, our dedication remains unwavering. It's not just about remodeling, it's about legacy. In Minot and Bismarck, ServPro is your partner in transformation. We don't just build back, we elevate every space.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on! Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealership.
You've worked hard, saved well, and invested wisely. Whether it's paying for a child's education, taking the family trip you've dreamed of, giving back to the community, or funding a confident retirement, we can help you reach your goals. We are passionate about helping you make smart decisions about your spending and saving so you can feel confident about the future while enjoying life today. Together, we can design a personalized plan that takes into account your short and long-term needs and wants, but is flexible enough to adjust as your life changes.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change-anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Last season, Mandan and Bismarck met up 2 times, and it was decided by a combined 5 points in favor of the Bismarck High Demons. Now the calendar flips to 2024-25, and a first meeting between the Braves and the Demons in girls basketball is inside the Carl Gard Gymnasium on the PSP Network. Welcome into the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show, everybody, with timely services that won't slow you down and no appointment needed. It's a stay-in-your-car drive-through oil change service that'll take about 15 minutes at any of their locations in Minot or Bismarck. Also find out more of what they do online at VIOC.com. Alongside Chuck Claremont, I'm Owen Patterson on the call for first WDA doubleheader on the PSP Network between the Braves of Mandan and the Demons of Bismarck High. There's always something entertaining when these two towns and these two schools meet up on a basketball court.
Yeah, there's something about playing somebody across the muddy. You know, there's rivalries, obviously Bismarck and Century, and you know, Legacy's new now, so they're surely creating a rivalry there. But these two teams have been around a long time, a lot of history with Bismarck and Mandan, and you know, it's not that they don't like each other, but maybe they don't like each other. And ultimately, there's battles. And these two teams, as you mentioned, Owen, last year, they got after it 65-62 early on. Bismarck High won, and then they actually won, should have lost the second game of the year in January. They ended up winning 54-52. That made it 6 times in a row that Bismarck High has beat Mandan. So this is a big setup here right now that Mandan, whether they know that, I was actually going to try to talk to them before pregame, and I thought, that maybe they wouldn't like that if they knew. But I would bet that Shannon Kopis, our new head coach, he maybe knows some history of this matchup, and he might be challenging his team to say, it's time for you to get out and get after this Bismarck High team, especially with the people you have that Mandan has back.
Oh yeah, talking about who they have back, Bismarck, not really anybody from last year's team that pulled off 2 comeback wins over Mandan High School. The Braves with plenty of returners with a lot of talent both down in the paint and outside the three-point line. Does that really matter a whole lot in this kind of game?
I mean, I would say it absolutely does. As you talk about losing a Jersey Berg and a Paige Brewer, both of those gals were all-staters. And so bottom line with those two being out, and then he also had Rhea Rude, who she was just a battler inside, took up a lot of space, thick, strong. And so you have those 3 people out, it's gonna make a big difference. And you're probably talking, Owen, 70 to 80% of your scoring and leadership has gone, and ball handling with those 2 people. So that's gonna be a big deal. Now, Mandan, they lost Jaden Weiss, and somebody who completely controlled the ball as a point guard and a great shooter, made 44 threes for him last year. I mean, all WDA. And so she's somebody that is a big loss for this Mandan team. But after watching Mandan play against Shanley, they got a lot of good girls. I mean, they're deep. They play probably 8 or 9 deep. And it's a team that I think Mandan is expecting a lot out of this team this year.
Yeah, both of these teams got off to 2-0 starts over the last weekend. Actually, the weekend before that in non-conference play. Now it's time to enter the fun part of the schedule. WDA opponents almost the rest of the way. We'll talk keys to the game and players to watch when we return our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show on the PSP Network.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold up. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and Civic. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Our stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair. Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face, wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with a hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7, pressure, points, yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's the spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Jersey Mike's
slices your sub right in front of you, see? The slicer, the meat and cheese, it has a rhythm.
This is the rhythm of the slice. The slice. Oh yeah. The rhythm of the slice. This is the rhythm of the slice. The slice. Oh yeah.
Order for Danny?
Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Welcome back to Bismarck High School in the capital city of North Dakota. Let's continue setting up tonight's matchup by taking a look at the most recent polls, although they're a week old in the state of North Dakota, according to the media. We start on the girls' side here in game number 1. Mandan, the only team of these two featured in the top 5, ranked number 4 right now. Really no movement after 2 weeks of basketball now. Bismarck High is receiving votes. We saw, at least in Minot, a really good team from out east in West Fargo Horace on Saturday. A lot closer when you talk about EDC versus WDA here on the girls' side than the boys.
Yeah, that was a great game. I want to listen to the entire game as Minot wins in overtime, beat Horace. And so you take a look at this poll that I can't imagine it's going to change a whole lot. Davies won. They beat Fergus Falls over the last week. Mandan didn't play. And then Legacy is playing tonight on the other PSP network. But they beat Grand Forks Red River in a good win. So I would be shocked if the poll wouldn't be similar to what you're looking at right here based on what happened in the last week. And, you know, I look at Minot and West Fargo, and, man, that's hard for me to feel at West Fargo Horace. Hard for me to think that teams are going to have to really step up to compete against those two teams. They are both loaded.
Tell you what, Bismarck High hanging out there at number 6, the one team outside the polls. They're looking for some shaking in the rankings after tonight's win over Mandan. Those new polls.
Shake up in the shank. Say it again.
Shaking in the rankings.
Shaking in the rankings. I love that.
Like that.
That's pretty good.
Those rankings will come out tomorrow afternoon, and this game could play a huge factor in how those new polls look tomorrow afternoon. As for the standings in the West region, before we get the whole conference party started, there's a couple of undefeated teams against EDC opponents. Legacy, Minot High, and Williston got to 3-0. How about those Coyotes?
I mean, it's hard for me to imagine taking a look at some of the scores for these Coyotes and some of the people. Ostream, I mean, she's averaging 27.5 a game. And, I mean, this isn't a lot of – Wilson has not had a lot of media love lately because they just have not been very good, to be completely frank. And it's cool to see. Hopefully it's not just a figment of, hey, it's early, it's 3-0. Hopefully it's a Wilson team that really is a solid team. It'd be great to see them compete again.
Yeah, the other thing there for Williston, a lot of teams have put their JV up against their varsity for conference matches. Maybe don't want to do that this year against the Coyotes. They might steal a couple of wins this year if you do that.
Yeah, that's for sure. So that's good to hear. I know I talked to somebody who said that they've got some good gals on that team, and as we mentioned, one of them already.
Focusing on this game in particular, it's time to take a look at our Northern Plains Heating and Air keys to the game. With over 25 years of experience as your heating and air experts and the factory authorized dealer for AeroSeal, there's no other choice to seal your heating and air game than with Northern Plains. Find them online at northern-plains.com. I think for Mandan on offense, get Bismarck's defense moving. There's usually going to be an open window for your down low scorer, McKenna Johnson, or the three-point shooter, Zaya Graybull.
Yeah, it's one thing that Mandan, it's going to be, are they going to push it against Bismarck High's pressure? Are they going to get a chance to set their offense up in a half-court offense and then use their size to their advantage? And Bismarck's inexperience, let's blatantly take a look at that. It's a Mandan. These two teams, it's crazy, though, when you look at, to me, it's take care of the basketball. That's really a big key. Bismarck High's forcing 32.5 turnovers a game, and Mandan forcing 30.5. I've never seen those statistics in terms of something that crazy, except maybe back in the day when Mandan won 9 straight state titles and their pressure they put on. So we'll see how that goes, but that is going to be a huge key. Who is going to take care of the ball tonight?
You think experience definitely would lead that stat category, but sometimes those young teams just fly around on defense, can get in your head pretty fast.
In both ways. It's easier as a new young person playing now to play hard defense. I was talking to Coach Shetler before the game, and Grace Newman, one of their up-and-comers, a sophomore, that they're expecting a lot out of her. Typical example, she came out, just loaded for bear her first game. No points, fouled out in 7 minutes and had 10 turnovers. But he said she is going to be somebody who's going to contribute. So you got to get them in the game, and you got to realize that it's going to take them some time. So you mentioned it, Owen. those are the type of people, I guarantee you she played good defense, but maybe just played with her hands too much with her hands and got called for foul. So it is going to be, how are these young girls on this Bismarck High team, how are they going to adjust from the defensive style, and especially not just their team, but also the officials.
Those are your Northern Plains Heating and Air keys to the game. We'll talk individual players that will be playing a big part in tonight's first of 2 games on the PSP network between Mandan and Bismarck High. Come back for the rest of our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show after this commercial break.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about magic towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
The dictionary defines community as a group of people living in the same place or sharing common goals. Community is the largest part of our name, and we make it the largest part of our business. We support our local schools, organizations, youth programs, and local events from Bowman to Bismarck, because we all share a common goal to better the quality of life in our communities. Come bank with us at Dakota Community Bank and Trust, your real community bank.
Property owners in Bismarck and Minot seek transformation. ServPro's construction program brings both vision and precision. From that very first hammer strike to the final touch of paint, our dedication remains unwavering. It's not just about remodeling, it's about legacy. In Minot and Bismarck, ServPro is your partner in transformation. We don't just build back, we elevate every space.
How would you like to turn this into this? With Shots Crossroads Fuel to Food Reward Program, you can. Here's how it works. Pick up a fuel tracker card from any of our C-store cashiers. Every time you fill up with gasoline or diesel, use the fuel tracker card to record your gallons. Once you reach 1,000 gallons, you'll be eligible for a $10 gift card to Shots Crossroads Restaurant. Start earning your rewards today at Shots Crossroads.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most. Nodak Insurance Company, agents with answers.
Darren Johnson, Cody Olson, and Scott Wilkins, your agents with answers in Mandan.
An injury can happen anywhere, at any time, to anyone. It's not really something you can schedule on your calendar, but when it happens to you and it's not your fault, there's one law firm to remember. That firm is Schweigert, Clemeen, and McBride. We live here and take pride in helping our community. We know this area inside and out. We put in the work and fight for what's right so justice can prevail for you. That is what we're all about. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clemeen, and McBride.
Another reminder, this is the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. They know you're busy. That's why when you visit any of their service centers in Bismarck or Minot, they don't waste your time or their own. Valvoline Instant Oil Change technicians can typically perform a full-service oil change in about 15 minutes. Find out more of what they do online at VIOC.com. You know, this is only my second time in the Carl Gar Gym, Chuck. First one for an actual basketball game. Pretty new place for us Minot folk. I can already tell, though, the atmosphere is going to be pretty amped up for the battle between two sides of the Missouri River.
It is, and it's a great gym. Not quite as nice as the new Mandan gym, I got to say that, but it's a really cool gym in terms of you're right on top of it from fans, from our perspective, that people can watch from around the outside track. And I like how they turn the lights off. They really make it just kind of a neat atmosphere, the kids that are playing, so pretty special. I got to make sure, Owen, we get you introduced. I mean, I've been doing Bismarck High and Bismarck basketball games forever, for 30 years with all of our guys, with Todd Domries and Scott Woodmansey. But Owen Patterson, you got to announce yourself to the fans. I mean, you are such an impressive young man. I mean, 19 years old. you've been doing games now for just 2 years, and it's amazing. I call you this, not even a child, a young adult protege, and a pretty impressive Owen. And, you know, give a little bit of your background, because it's important for people to know who you are.
Oh, well, thank you, Chuck. Actually, grew up, spent a couple of years just outside of Bismarck. My mom was a Bismarck High Demon back in the day. I actually grew up in Washburn, North Dakota, there for the Cardinals. And, yeah, just went off to college and knew play-by-play in sports is what I wanted to do. And almost 200 games later, a whole Northwoods League baseball season out of the way, and now we're here for a whole week in Bismarck.
That's pretty crazy. And I was talking, Owen's a sophomore at Minot State. I said, how are you carrying 16 credits? And by the time we're done with basketball season, you'll probably have 60-plus games underneath your belt, and that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, no, Nick gave me a pretty good workload today, or this week. 2 games in Bismarck during finals week. It is finals week.
Jeez.
Had a Spanish test earlier today.
That's pretty impressive. So your conversation about you lost me. I just think it was important for we announced you, because there's a lot of people for local that may not know who you are, and they're going to learn who you are, because we're going to get a lot of games in with you, and they're going to be impressed with your ability, Owen. So this is my first outing with you, and I'm equally excited to be doing a game with you, my friend.
Oh, thank you very much. It's an honor to be here inside the Carl Guard Gym alongside Chuck Claremont. Let's talk about some of these athletes on these two teams playing a big part in today's game. Our Prestwich Orthodontics players to watch. Prestwich Orthodontics specializes in braces and Invisalign for all ages. They offer 0% financing and free consultations, virtual or in office. Enjoy professional treatment in a fun, relaxed atmosphere. Check them out at minotbraces.com. We'll start with the home team, the Bismarck High Demons. Jordan Rude, one of the very few players really coming back to this team. 13.5 points per game, but how about 8 blocks through those first 2 contests?
Well, last year she broke the school record for blocks. She had 43 as a sophomore, and her role was different. Last year, she didn't have to be that scorer. She was somebody coming off the bench. She only averaged 4 points and 3 rebounds, but ultimately she came in and she did a great job as an inside presence for Bismarck High. And you mentioned athletes. She is an absolute great athlete. You don't see too many 3-sport athletes, and she is absolutely one of those. Takes after her father. Adam Rude was a great basketball player and a track athlete for Bismarck High and football guy back in the day. I mean, he got 2 state championships for the Demons, as well as he may have won a state track championship as a high jumper too, but comes from a great background, a great family. And Jordan last year, I mean, even now, she's an all-state volleyball player. She had over 10 kills per game as a volleyball player, track athlete, 2nd in the state. As high jump, 4th in the javelin. So you just think of the athletic ability that Jordan Rudin brings to this team. And they're going to need her. As you mentioned, they lost so much scoring punch from last year. She's changed her role, still going to have those steals and blocks, but she's going to have to pick up the load offensively scoring as well.
Yeah, plenty of blocks on the basketball and the volleyball court this year for Jordan Rude. How about on the other side? There's like a shot blocker for Mandan and McKenna Johnson, but how about their shooting guard, Zaya Grable, their leading scorer through that non-conference slate?
Yeah, and Zaya Grable transferred in from Century before the season last year, and what an absolute tremendous addition for the Mandan Braves for bringing her in and what she's brought to this team. You talk about toughness. You watch tonight, Owen, she is going to be on the floor. She's going to be in your face. She's going to be guarding the best player potentially in the other team, and she just has that presence of just a champion. And you watch her play, and she's fun to play with. And if you've been in athletics your whole life, probably too, Owen, and you're taking a look at playing with somebody that brings that energy, and that's what she absolutely does. She's played the state championship back when she was with Century as a sophomore. They ended up losing to Grand Forks Red River, but having that experience is huge. And so I know the Mandan Braves look to her. They've got a lot of seniors on this team. You mentioned McKenna Johnson and Harper Harris, and as 2 of the main seniors on this Mandan team, but she's another senior that absolutely is leader of this basketball team, and she has the basketball in her hand a lot. She's a difference maker where she can just change the energy in a few possessions.
Those are your Prestwich Orthodontics players to watch today. Well, we're starting another big week on the PSP Network with a triple header of basketball tonight. We're here at Bismarck High. Also got a half Minot crew at Bismarck Legacies High School tonight. Tip-off at the same time, 6 o'clock against the Minot North Sentinels, the 2 newest schools in the WDA facing off there. And some Division B basketball. Our Redeemers Christian School at state-ranked Berthold. What a start to the season the Bombers have had. They actually won the Ned Rose tournament last weekend opening up their first district game of the year tonight against the Knights. Later on this week, hockey on Thursday, another basketball triple-header on Friday, and then head to the holidays in Velva and Minot with basketball and hockey on Saturday afternoon. That's this week on the PSP Network. We're just getting it started here from the Carl Gard Gym in Bismarck. Mandan, Bismarck, tip-off on the way on the PSP Network.
Spas Etc. is excited to introduce the addition of the Master Spas line, including the Michael Phelps Swim Spas. Enjoy the relaxing health benefits and enjoy 0% financing up to 72 months or up to $5,000 off on all spas and swim spas. You'll also find $2,000 off the MSRP on all pools and saunas. Come check out the outstanding lineup of Master Spas at Spas Etc.
Being in business for over 25 years, we've learned a lot about why local matters. Unlike those guys, we take pride in our work and back our tires with our Plus Plan guarantee to get the most out of your tire's lifespan.
Are the tires the same size on all the sides?
We strive to provide great value to our guests and lowest prices guaranteed.
That's not good.
Stop at a trusted tire and auto and get a set of tires from people you know and trust, and will even match those guys.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
Shields Visa is more than just a card. It's the freedom to go. It's a gateway to explore and do more of what you love. Imagine where the Shields Visa can take you. So join us in discovering endless possibilities. Shields Visa. Together, we've got this.
The race to a WDA championship inside the Bismarck Event Center starts tonight from Bismarck High School. Mandan and Bismarck starting lineups and tip-off coming up next. But just before we get into this conference schedule, it's going to be a fun one both on the boys and the girls side. It just seems there's a lot of talent in the WDA this time around.
There really is, and you mentioned that at Word Athletes again, and I want to dig back into that again because both these teams have not only really good basketball players, but they have kids that play multiple sports. When you look at Bismarck High, Taya Fedek and Izzy Dahl, they are both great track and cross-country athletes. We mentioned Jordan Root already. We have Addison Massey, an all-state soccer player. Caitlin Luther's in track. Reagan and Cambry Newmiller, they're in soccer. So you just think about all those girls playing now together in the basketball team and the athletic ability they have for the Bismarck High. And you go across the other side to Mandan. McKenna Johnson plays volleyball. Harper Harris is volleyball and track. Madison Schwintz in track. Caitlin Talley's a track sprinter. Anna Lyles track and volleyball. And Sarah Helderop, between her and Addison Massey, both a couple of the best soccer players in the state of North Dakota. Straight wrestler, she plays golf and soccer. Kimmy McAllister in volleyball. So it's just amazing when they have all these athletes. And I'm a four-sport athlete guy, and I love to see kids play multiple sports. I feel like it just adds value to you so much, being able to compete in different sports with different kids and, you know, just a different sport in general. So I'm really cool when I love it when I get a chance to look at the kids and see what else they play. To me, it just adds so much to these teams.
Yeah, and there's so much you can learn from all those outside sports, from soccer to golf, that you can blend into the sport of basketball, I think.
Absolutely, whether it's physical, whether it's mental, whether it's team, whether it's individual. There's just so many things, and these two teams tonight are loaded with great athletes.
It's about time for our national anthem tonight. I believe it's a military appreciation night here at Bismarck High School. This has been the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show on the PSP Network. We'll send it down to our public address announcer right now.
At this time, we would ask everyone please rise, as tonight is Military Appreciation Night. And we would like to welcome you to our special event where we will come together to honor the brave men and women of our military, past, present, and future. Today we will celebrate their unwavering dedication, extraordinary courage, and selfless service to protect our freedoms we hold dear. To all the veterans among us, thank you. Your sacrifices and commitment have left an indelible mark on our nation's history. To our active service members, thank you for your continued vigilance and readiness. You stand as a symbol of resilience and hope in the face of any challenge. Our military heroes leave their loved ones behind, face unimaginable dangers, and endure hardships so we can all live in peace and security. Most importantly, to our fallen heroes, your legacy lives on, and we honor you by standing united in gratitude and respect. To their families, know that their service and sacrifice are not forgotten. At this time, we would ask for a moment of silence, followed by the presentation of the colors by tonight's Bismarck AmVets Post 9 and the playing of our national anthem.
It's time for basketball when we return on the PSP Network.
An injury can happen anywhere, at any time, to anyone. It's not really something you can schedule on your calendar. But when it happens to you and it's not your fault, there's one law firm to remember. That firm is Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride. We live here and take pride in helping our community. We know this area inside and out. We put in the work and fight for what's right so justice can prevail for you. That is what we're all about. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change-anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Why do I bank at First Western? Easy. They take care of their customers.
That's right, Carson. You may be number 11 on the field, but at First Western, you and our customers are never just a number.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
When our customers call with a question, we answer their call personally.
Now that's pro-level service.
Thanks, Carson. Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western. You can bank on us.
Starting lineups being announced here inside Bismarck High School and Carl Gar Gym. We're meeting the Demons right now. We got the starting lineup for the Mandan Braves: Sarah Heldrop, Anna Lyles, Kimmy McAllister, Zaya Grable, and McKenna Johnson for the Bismarck High Demons. Taya Fettig in that starting five with Reagan Newmiller, Jordan Rude, Taylor Mayer, and also, who am I missing there? Number 30, number 20, Caitlin Luther. Bill Shetler, the head coach of the Bismarck High Demons. They're going to be going from left to right on your screen, at least in this first half, of their home white uniforms. Maroon numbers and letters outlined in black. The head coach for Mandan High School, Shannon Kopis, going right to left on the screen in the road black jerseys with gray trim, white numbers and letters. It's time for basketball on the PSP Network. Johnson versus Rude in the center circle.
I'm looking across, looking at Shannon Kopis in black. Coached St. Mary's for so many years, I'm used to seeing him in blue.
There's a tip-off, and we are underway with WDA basketball tonight on the PSP Network. Tip-off controlled by the Braves. Heldrop, the point guard, enters it to the near wing with Anna Lyles. They get it back to the top of the key. Our Press Switch Orthodontics player to watch, Zaya Grasoli. That was McKimmy McAllister with the basketball. She lost it. We mentioned turnovers right away in our show, and already it'll stay with Mandan, but forcing that ball, getting it on the ground, there are the Bismarck Demons.
Well, probably ends up officially being 2 turnovers, as McAllister had a turnover, and then I think it was Rude who turned it right back over, got a poke check behind her off her leg.
Inbounds pass goes to Grable. There's our Press Switch orthodontic players to watch for the Mandan Braves tonight. Heldrop drives left, a lot of open court right there, but then threw it out of bounds.
Yeah, you see the quickness for Bismarck High right there, because it appeared when you look at this replay that, hey, she's got an opening to go baseline, and great help defense from the other side by Fettig. She came across and caused that turnover.
Replay today brought to you by Ryan Family Dealerships. Mandan gets into a full court press. Bismarck's got to get it across. There's 10 seconds.
I think he called a timeout.
No, he got a timeout by Bill Shetler. Just 41 seconds into this one. We have a 30-second timeout. Why don't we just keep it here? We haven't been on the air long enough to take a break already.
You know, Mandan, when they played Shanley, they didn't come out in a full court press. They kind of changed things up. They did a half-court trap. They did some half-court pressure early, and then the second half they did a little bit of full court press. So I don't know if Bismarck was prepared for that right out of the gate. But you know, it makes sense to me that Shannon Kopis is going to do that, because you got a lot of young Bismarck Demons, and how are they going to handle this pressure? That was one of their keys in the pregame show.
Timeouts today brought to you by First International Bank and Trust, founded in 1910 and growing to serve rural and urban communities across North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, and Arizona. Also find them online at FIBT.com. Demons looking to be the first team on the scoreboard. A drive into the lane and a shot too strong off the glass by Taylor Mayer. Rebound brought down by Grable. Mandan quickly up the court as Bismarck recovers on defense. McAllister from the corner, couldn't get it to drop. And a BHS rebound. Still scoreless on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Rude on the drive, pulls up from mid-range, clanks off the rim, no good. And another Braves board.
Just one and done. Good defensive rebound early by Mandan in the first couple possessions.
Some pressure there around half court. My Newmiller of the Demons. 3 is missed. Nice pass up ahead, but struggling to collect it was Taya Fettig.
Was a perfect pass. You got to finish on that one.
Blind pass is intercepted. Caitlin Luther still can't get the lid off the basket. Gets it again on the block. Through a double team. Luther for two.
Yeah, that was just stayed right with Caitlin Luther, as you mentioned. Missed a couple early there, but stayed right with it and got the Mike and drill layup.
Forcing the jump ball there for Bismarck High was Taylor Mayer. Possession will stay or go to the Demons on their side of half court.
Cambry Newmiller checks in as she is the twin sister of Reagan Newmiller and the little sisters of Peyton Newmiller, who was a star at Bismarck High.
Looking for Newmiller there. So the pass goes to the other one. Got to clarify. McAllister off the steal. Lost it out of bounds off her own leg. Ball back to BHS.
Well, Mandan, 5 possessions, 4 turnovers. Bismarck High has 2 already. You know what? I'll be glad when the band gets in here. Thank goodness for John Haugen and my lovely screen in front of me that I can watch the game and call it.
A steal by the Braves full court press. Still looking to get on that BNC National Bank scoreboard. Maybe Heldrop has the answer. She does not. And Mandan's going to have to keep asking some questions. Rude. Stops, spins, blocked by Johnson, and then it's poked free by Grace Newmiller. Johnson has it again. Long pass, almost like a Hail Mary. Eventually finds Heldrop. Nice move to the basket.
Yeah, good job getting the ball, pushing it against that Bismarck Demon pressure. And Sarah Heldrop, she is fearless right at the 10 for her.
Pass right in the middle of traffic is picked off by McKenna Johnson. Kimmy McAllister with the basketball. Finds Heldrop on the far side wing. Drives middle of the paint. And now the Braves slow down a little bit on that offense. Graybull attacking the hoop, has it knocked. Another intercepted pass.
That's 5 for the Demons.
No look pass there to Heldrop. Missed it completely. Johnson offensive board. Second chance for Mandan. And she's fouled. Her first trip to the Serve Pro free throw line. Here's the Heldrop make on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay.
Good ball pass up ahead to Graybull and a nice assist down to Heldrop. Crossover, left-handed finish. Foul was on Jordan Rude as she blocked the basketball up top, but got her with the body. She didn't argue, so she agreed with the call by the official.
McKenna Johnson went 1 for 4 at the Serve Pro free throw line in that opening weekend. 1 for 1 to start out this game. Take it 2 for 2. Mandan in the lead for the first time tonight on the BNC National Bank scoreboard at 4-2, 14.5 remaining in half number 1. Another steal in the press. Pass goes to Graybull. She's fouled and 1.
You know, just see this Mandan team has played together. They know who McAllister gets in a great dish to Graybull with a strong finish. You're going to see tonight she is so strong upper body, and she takes that contact. She has more and ones opportunities than probably anybody that I've played against, that I've watched in the girls basketball.
One shot for Zaya Graybull from the Serve Pro free throw line. 24/7 emergency service and trained technicians use advanced technology and specializing in fire and water cleanup and restoration at Serve Pro. 3-point play there for Zaya Graybull and the Mandan Braves. Demons break the press. Wide open Rude from the elbow. Short. Offensive rebound. Chance of the putback was taken away. And now a 2-on-2 fast break. Heldrop lost the basketball. Stolen from behind by Reagan Newmiller. Newmiller, from way downtown. Maybe a little bit too far out of her range.
Yeah, it's funny. She must get that from her sister, because I watched Peyton. I remember calling it many games where I'd say, one more step in. She had an open. I mean, they were way off her that she could have taken one more step in. She could have scored up and in rhythm had a 19-9 instead of 23. It doesn't look as pretty from 23, but it counts the same.
Long pass was caught there by Anna Lyles, but again, just loses the handle on it. Dribbled out of bounds there by Bismarck's Caitlin Luther.
7 turnovers for the Demons. As you know, as I looked at, they are forcing 32 turnovers, and they have 15 a game. They already got 7, so it's a team that hasn't turned the ball over a lot in the first 2 games.
High ball screen there. Lyles goes right, hands off to Johnson. Future North Dakota State Bison. Baseline drive by Heldrop away from the screen. Ball out of bounds. Last touch by Bismarck High.
That was a great rip move by Heldrop as they forced her to the baseline and she just took it. Couldn't finish couldn't finish it, but stayed with it to force the ball, get the ball back.
Johnson calling for it, gets it, spins in the lane. And a whistle and a foul called against Bismarck High School.
Simple out of bounds play. You bring Makeda Johnson across from the other side in the block to get her the basketball. I love it. Quick first move, didn't allow the Demons to come and get a double team. Was that Opal Sorensen? Is she in now?
Three is good for McKenna Johnson. Ooh. Stepping outside that three-point line.
You know what? She did not make a three-pointer all last year and was 0 for 4 coming into this game. So first three-pointer in 2 years.
Uncharted territory.
Against the Bison, I guarantee you she'll be she's been practicing those. That they're going to ask her to step out a little bit.
That steal attempt there from McKenna Johnson went through her hands and out of bounds.
McKenna Johnson averaging 13 and a half points.
She's saying she didn't touch it.
Are they?
Of course.
Of course she didn't. And the officials gone. Now what he said, 10 seconds?
10 seconds, yeah. Maybe that's what she was arguing too.
Yeah, maybe. Coach Shetler's not arguing, so maybe he saw the same thing. Too early to get the officials on your bad side.
Grable lobs it up to McAllister. Everybody there for Bismarck High. Eventually gets it back out to Grable. Turns down one three-point shot and then another.
Was there a battle down low between McAllister? Can't see the number for the Demons.
10 to shoot. Heldrop with it.
Oh, Grace Newman.
Bounce pass McAllister. Got to get one up. She does. Kimmy McAllister, first points of the night.
Well, you talk about a rip move. Just a rip move against a sophomore Newman and got to the baseline free for the layup just before the buzzer went off.
Nice pass to Heldrop. Assist from Lyles. We've got a First International Bank and Trust timeout on the court. 14-0 run for the Mandan Braves.
And what a steal. Picks it off, crossing it in front of her, and then unselfishly back over to Heldrop for the left-handed finish.
To 2 lead for Mandan on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Tell you what, Chuck, it seems to be that if you can at least get into your offensive set, you're going to be able to score points in this game. Bismarck has not in the last 3 minutes.
No, they haven't. First of all, they can't get into their offensive set because they've got 8 turnovers. And then I love what Mandan's doing. They're doing turnovers, they're going right to points. They're not pulling it back out. They're getting those interceptions and whatever, and they're going back. Odd man rushes 3-on-2, 2-on-1s, and then they've been very unselfish. Of the 5 baskets they've had, 4 of my bet have been by an assist for another Mandan Braves. So if you're coach Shannon Kopis, you got to love how your team's looking right now.
Bismarck High in that press break has found about every free safety there is on the basketball court tonight. They'll try and drop a new press break here out of their timeout. They have just 3 remaining for the game. Took one early on to avoid a 10-second call. Easy press break there, but then a travel against Caitlin Luther.
And it's McKenna Johnson. She doesn't get credit for a block there, but she should also have another category, a shot adjustment or a turnover. That's exactly what that one was, a forced turnover.
Mandan's got to hurry, get across the timeline. They got 1 second to do so, just in the nick of time. McAllister fouled as she was attacking the hoop. Watch it again on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay.
It's going to be the second foul, I think, on Opal Sorensen. I like what Mandan's doing as Bismarck High is not coming out on the Mandan Braves, whether they're 15 feet or further. They're coming out not under control right now and they've got consistently by the Bismarck High defense. Coach, a new 4 coming in for the Demons. Coach Shetler's not happy.
Trying to find the rotation that can gets at least 1 point on the board and 2 stop this Mandan starting 5, which is now gone for 16 consecutive points.
Trying to break that streak of 6 consecutive wins for the Demons.
It's off to a good start in trying to accomplish that feat for Mandan. Another drive into the lane, but a little bit out of control there was Reagan Newmiller.
Yeah, and just not confident early on against this press for Mandan. And then when they do break it, instead of attacking the glass like Mandan's doing against Bismarck High, they're just unsure of themselves.
Demons did start this season with 2 wins in their first 2 games on the road against West Fargo and West Fargo Cheyenne. This is their home opener in 2024-25. Right to the free throw line. McAllister off the glass, too strong. Rebound by Newmiller. Passes deflected. Add another turnover tally for the Demons.
Yeah, 11 turnovers in 7 minutes.
Now Grable running down the floor in the middle of everybody, but couldn't make the layup. Newmiller running again. Stops, pivots out to Root. Shot fake. Drive into the lane. A few extra gather steps there. And then an offensive board. Second chance, no good. Bismarck will get a third chance, and a foul is called against Mandan.
I like the battle with Reagan Newmiller. Missed an absolute bunny, but stayed with it. Got the rebound back. I was going to say something really stupid. Cambry and Reagan look a lot alike. That would have been a really dumb comment, huh? Considering they're twins.
Yeah, well.
Good job. Yeah, that's what the idea. They do have different hair color. One is a little bit darker than the other.
Here we go again from another zip code, but this time Reagan Newmiller is able to deliver the package.
Yeah, she had a little bit more time to step into that one too. That was from 23 though, that was deep.
Hell drop. Nowhere to go, and a timeout called by Coach Kopis for Mandan High School. Here's the 3. It might be on the screen.
That's way outside.
Today, we deliver more wonderful birthdays at Trinity Health Family Birth Center. We offer all new private, family-centered suites. Our maternity team provides more personalized support, advanced care, and the reassurances of a NICU and a neonatologist on staff. Take a virtual tour at trinityhealth.org/Family Birth Center. Trinity Health, making more possible.
Today's broadcast of high school basketball on the PSP Network is brought to you in part by the UPS store located on South Broadway in Minot. Open Monday to Friday from 8:30 to 7 and on Saturdays from 8:30 to 3. For all your packing and shipping needs, it's the UPS store. Out of the timeout, McAllister shot on the run. Missed it, rebound to the Demons. Fighting for it still are the Braves in that full court press and just a little bit too greedy. McAllister called for the foul.
You know, one thing you're finding too is Bismarck High. I mean, the strength of Mandan right now and that pressure. Not only are they, you know, they're older with some seniors and juniors, but you can just see from a body type, they're just some stronger as well.
That foul was actually called on the new Mandan player on the court, Sapphire LeBlanc.
5'10" senior.
Has the same shoes as everybody else, one red, one green.
I used to know what they were called, now I forget.
You know, the Grinches.
The Grinches, I don't think that's it, but.
Outside for 3, Sailor Mayer missed it. Very Christmas spirit, though, are the sneakers.
Yeah. Good defense right there by the Demons, as I loved how Caitlin Luther just shuffled her feet, got in front of the Mandan, get in front of Kimmy McAllister, caused that foul, drew that foul. That'd be a turnover for Mandan. They're 7th.
And still leading those 16-5 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Your life is busy. That's why they'll make managing your money easy. The locations in North Dakota, Minnesota, and Arizona. Find them online at bnc.bank.
Speaking of that, Century leads in Jamestown 38-21, and as well as Shanley over North 14-6. I expected there to be a score from Legacy, but maybe they're a little delayed with some JV game because they don't have anything up yet.
You can check out that game on the PSP Network. Elsewhere if you wish. Those out-of-town scores brought to you by North Dakota Score Feed, keeping us up to date.
Yeah, I love that.
Towns from around the state.
Nick Holberg and Cole Higlin on the call there, as we got two Minot guys coming down into the Bismarck neck of the woods helping us out. As Woody is on the mend, Scott Woodmansey, as he's still recovering from his knee replacement, and Todd Domery, he's decided to take a little vacation down in Arizona.
Both of them on the 10-day IL. LeBlanc off the screen. Pick and roll back to Kimmy McAllister. Had it ripped away and then out of bounds. Taya Fettig there with the defensive pressure.
Again, coming over from the weak side help, really good. That's twice now that I've seen Taya come over and help out after that good drop step effort by Kimmy McAllister.
LeBlanc gets the ball inbounds to Zaya Grable, working one-on-one with Fettig. Passes it away. McKenna Johnson now on the block, just trying to use the height to her advantage there, but the shot doesn't fall. Izzy Dahl in the game for Bismarck. Hands the ball off to Taylor Mayer. Mayer into the paint, puts up a shot front rim, no good. Johnson with the rebound.
Yeah, with Johnson in there, not going to get too many second chances.
And then going quick, LeBlanc drive and kick out to Grable, you bet.
And what a nice pass by Sapphire LeBlanc. Got in the lane, drew the defense, a dish outside to the left-handed Zaya Grable.
Points again for Mandan. It has been a while. Poked away by Grable. McAllister with the steal. Back up ahead, but Mandan doesn't have numbers. Grable just going to take a shot anyway off the glass. No good. Dahl with a rebound for Bismarck. Might go all the way. Instead, back out to Mayer. Johnson nearly got her hand on that one. Offensive rebound by Fettig for Bismarck. New shot clock for Bismarck. They can use quite a bit of it here. Inside, fade away, Opal Sorensen, and eventually goes in.
Yeah, good job getting the ball inside to Sorensen. Recognized she had a little bigger defender on her and shot a fadeaway from inside the lane.
Long pass to Johnson. Bismarck High's defense can't set up. Ball back out to Lyles from beyond the arc, no good. Bismarck down 12. It's 19-7 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Mayer in the corner, looking for Fettig. Instead, drives, takes it herself. Defense by LeBlanc. Mandan thinking there might have been a travel there. Ball thrown all the way to the timeline.
This Mandan pressure defense is really causing the Demons a lot of trouble.
Single digits on the shot clock. It's down to 3. They got to put up a shot. It will come from Grace Newman and fall well short.
That'll be a turnover for the Demons as they did not hit the rim. 14 in the first half.
There you see the head coach of the Bismarck High Demons, Bill Shetler, coming off a 19-win season a year ago, all the way to the state title game. They lost that one, but huge accomplishment for
it was.
Bismarck.
It really was a big battle against Davies. Good matchup there, and they just couldn't come up with that win, but a really nice run for the Demons last year.
Grable out to LeBlanc is Mandan back in their offense. LeBlanc with the move in the post. Up and under, no good. Another battle for the rebound won by Bismarck High.
LeBlanc has not played yet this year. It's her first game, but boy, she really is making a difference for Mandan.
Grable, textbook interception, and the fast break finish.
Yeah, we highlighted her in the pregame, and you can just see she just covers so much ground, plays such great defense.
Also a new substitution in the game for Mandan, Madison Schwind guarding Jordan Rood. Another long three from Newmiller. Now 1 for 3 from the NBA line.
Just getting, no really good shots for Bismarck High right now.
Grable trying to make some space there on that drive to the right side of the hoop. How about LeBlanc for 3? Nope.
A push from behind on Allie Reiner, the 8th grader. Just checked in for Mandan.
Bismarck's really kept stride for stride in the rebounding department today. I've noticed that.
No, Bismarck's doing a good job on that defensive rebound. You watch them, they're really getting good position. And the problem isn't the defensive rebound. The problem is the defensive position and the turnovers.
Rood hands off to the three-point shooter, Cambry Newmiller. And a foul is called against BHS. Caitlin Luther.
Her first.
Luther averaging 14 a game, 16 in the first game, 12 in the second.
Just 6 minutes to play in our first half. Ball went out of bounds off of the Demons. It'll stay with Mandan. We'll have our Magic Towing halftime report coming up next. Break down the first half scoring, storylines, and some scores from out of town. Lyles, dribble handoff to Sapphire LeBlanc. Cross-court pass, a dangerous one that gets stolen by Newmiller. Turnaround, it's good.
Left-handed finish, kind of falling away by Cambry Newmiller. I like that. First the steal, and then the finish. You know, one person we haven't seen either is for Bismarck High. Where am I looking at? Oh, you know what? That was my bad in the pregame. Addison Massey, she is done. She went. I had her playing. Nope, she was a senior last year.
Lyles for the block. Underhand pass, not a good one. Intercepted by Reagan Newmiller. Steps into another long three. That's no good. Jump ball goes to Mandan. You liking the step into a long three right there?
I don't, but, you know, it's one thing that Coach Bill Shetler has. So does Jordan Wilhelm. It's you got an open look, you pull the trigger. And
there's a conversation.
Yeah, I think he's saying right there, going, hey, you got a chance to go to the basket to do something special there, and instead it's the pull up from outside the line, the three-point line. I'm going to blame that on her dad, Mitch. Mitch is, you know, there was probably never a shot, even though he's not a basketball guy, but he's probably yelling at her to shoot. We kid. Mitch is a good guy.
Shot is blocked by Cambry Newmiller. That's one for the Ryan Family Dealerships replay.
Comes over for help again. Bismarck High doing a good job. I guess that wasn't the help, so that was from behind as she swatted it away.
Long inbounds pass to Heldrop, back in off the bench. McAllister is as well. Heldrop between the legs dribble. Maybe had an open look for three. And now a battle for the basketball. A jump ball going to Bismarck High. Fedig always ends up in that spot.
She does. She's really just a hard-nosed kid, just 5'6", but she'll go and go and go and go. You talk about an Energizer bunny. She's a track athlete, first in the 800, first in the 1600, first in the 4x8, fourth in the 4x4, cross country, all state in third place. So she can play all night.
Yeah, those are some track events that will really make you tough.
Demons just kind of hanging in there, just down 12 now.
With 4:45 to go in half number one. Fedig baseline cut, got the pass, couldn't collect it.
Yeah, I don't know. That'd have been a tough catch by Fedig. She did a nice backdoor cut and a bounce pass, but it just stayed low on her.
McAllister dribbles through the press, slams on the brakes, but skidded to a stop.
He hit the brakes, drug that back foot. That's, as Scott Woodmansey would call it, if you're listening, big fella, a suitcase violation.
21-9 lead and another steal, this time by Johnson. Braves get it across the timeline to LeBlanc. Heldrop, middle of the court, in the lane. Nice pass to Johnson, floated in the air before putting up that shot.
Yeah, didn't have to float. Probably could have done a power move on that one, Owen, and would have had an easy layup.
Now Bismarck with a chance. Can they get to double figures on the scoreboard? Not yet. There's a steal by Johnson. Low scoring first half on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
Well, both these teams are good defensive teams. Mandan just giving up 42 points and Bismarck High 52, so I'm not surprised that they're playing good defense.
It is kind of what we expected, though.
It is.
Young teams,
yep.
At least on Bismarck's side. Pass does find McAllister. Heldrop again with three. Bench helping to count. There's a travel before she put the ball on the ground.
Yeah, and set up the ball fake. Sarah Heldrop probably had an opportunity to shoot that three. That was 3-4 passes. You had an open look. Let her fly. 10 turnovers for the Braves. 17 for the Demons. That's what it's been about so far. It's about turnovers.
In just one half, there's another one. This could lead to Mandan points. Sarah Heldrop wide open for two.
Triple team in the corner. Got to move the basketball, not dribble it. Heldrop has 6.
Fedig dribbles right into the defense. Now Grable, left-handed finish.
It's just so familiar of just Mandan back in the day in their defense when they went on their state championship runs.
First International Bank and Trust timeout. It's already the third the Bismarck's taken this half.
Can you remember the last time you were certain that your bank had your back or would go the extra mile to give you the service and attention you need? Partnering with the right community bank can make all the difference. We like to think of a community bank as one that supports its local community. You need to know that whatever your financial future holds, your bank will be there to provide practical support. As a community bank, BNC National Bank will be there for whatever you need in the long haul. Reach out to our team today to learn more about how we're able to help you succeed. Member FDIC.
Coming up shortly, we'll have the Magic Towing halftime report. Remember their phone number is 701-509-4011, serving Western North Dakota. Do we have some scores from elsewhere on the PSP Network, Chuck?
Yeah, on the BSC Bank scoreboard. Legacy over North at half, 33-16. Shanley leads Fargo North, 21-15. Century over Jamestown, 38-21 at half. And Cheyenne over West Fargo, 27-19 at half.
And starting right about now, the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Another Division B showcase. That's a 10-second violation against Bismarck High, our Redeemers, and Berthold in District 6.
You know, how frustrating is that? You call a timeout, you come out, you run a play, you talk about something, and you don't even get it across half court.
Yeah?
Oh, the coaches, when you're in the sidelines and your hands are in your pocket, you know, you're trying to find something, right?
I'll tell you what, Bismarck High thinking, let's just get to halftime. Something like that can change. There's a made shot
sure
for the
hoping.
Braves.
Maddie Schwint got the ball down low, and it's a power move for her.
Obviously playing out these last 3 minutes without anything catastrophic happening for the Demons.
That was a nice cut by Grace Newman to the basket. Got a delivery from outside. Use the left hand for the finish. That's how they have to finish it, right there. Go right at the basket.
Corner three from Johnson.
Oh.
She's made 2 in this game.
Johnson raining threes from the corner. It's on the first pass after that press break. That was a high arching three.
Well, we've got it on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay shortly. Rude missed that one. Johnson another rebound. He's closing in on yet another double-double. Pass to Grable. Assists by Kimmy McAllister.
Gets Grable on double figures. But what I love about that, Owen, is they started with McKenna Johnson's rebound, a quick outlet, another quick pass, and then a finish by Grable running the lane.
And a steal before Bismarck gets it across half court. Under 2 minutes to play in half number 1. 32-11 Mandan on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Johnson out to Grable again. Johnson sets the screen. Grable still possessing the basketball. I'll swing it all the way around the arc here. And a long three is no good from Kimmy McAllister. Fettig avoids the steal there by just picking up the ball herself. Pass to Newman, bounces it off her foot. Battle for the basketball picked up by the Braves. Helderop is going to get fouled by Taya Fettig. Here's the Johnson three on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay.
Helderop breaking that press in the corner. Get yourself set. Boy, a raining three, high arcing three from that corner.
At Ryan Dealerships, the commitment and respect for the customers is as strong today as it was 50 years ago. Experience the difference when you visit one of their 5 locations in Minot or Williston. Play drawn up here, trying to get the ball to Helderop, but it's knocked out of bounds by Reagan Newmiller.
Yeah, kind of a lazy Y pass right there from Zaya Grable. That's what we call the old man YMCA. Poor, lazy entry with. She looked at her coach, recognized it, said, all right, my bad.
Helderop gets an open three this time on the pass from Johnson. Doesn't get it to fall. Fettig with another rebound. Picks up the basketball. They gotta move it. It's 8 seconds to get across half court. Under 60 seconds to play, half number 1. Long possession here for Bismarck High, looking for an open shot, down 21. Rude gets stuffed by McKenna Johnson.
Well, Johnson said, you go ahead and take that three. She didn't fall for the fake, and then she tried to take McKenna Johnson to the lane, and that's inside her area, as she is record holder for blocks in Mandan. It's just every block is continuing to add to that record.
Three from Taylor Mayer. 32-14 Mandan. Grable brought it across the half-court line and back.
Bismarck will get a chance. I don't know if they'll take it to the left final clock. I think coach is probably just saying, first open look, take it.
No player for Bismarck High tonight has made more than one field goal. A layup is missed by Caitlin Luther, who could have become the first.
Yeah, she could have. Good job by Anna Claire Bugby on that defensive possession.
And then a missed layup on the other end by Heldrop. Could be a chance for the last shot now for Bismarck. Pull up from beyond the free throw line there for Fettig. Now Mandan, a last shot attempt at the buzzer. It's good. Anna Bugby. 36-14 at the 34-14 as we go to half.
And what a great pass again by Johnson. She's getting those rebounds. Oh, and then she is just immediately pushing him and looking for the outlet.
It's time for the Magic Towing halftime report after this commercial break.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
The foundation of the financial planning approach at Legacy Financial Partners is a personal relationship. Our unique and collaborative approach to financial planning starts with your dreams, not just the numbers. We will work with you regularly to take action to update your plan as your needs evolve, recommending products and services that are right for your situation.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Shields Visa is more than just a card. It's the freedom to go. It's a gateway to explore and do more of what you love. Imagine where the Shields Visa can take you. So join us in discovering endless possibilities. Shields Visa. Together, we've got this.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about magic towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
Welcome into the Magic Towing halftime report. Remember their phone number is 701-509-4011. There's no job too big or too small for Magic Towing serving Western North Dakota. Again, that phone number is 701-509-4011. Let's jump right into the first half numbers. Starting with the team stats, Chuck, brought to you by Ryan Family Dealerships. Obviously the score, Mandan 34, Bismarck High 14. 6 scores apiece. The three balls haven't really been there in that first half. That's not really where these teams are going to be making their money this season, but Bismarck High has not touched the Surf Pro free throw line.
Yeah, I think part of it is they're not attacking the basket. The other part of this, Mandan's just playing really good defense inside, and led by McKenna Johnson. She's got a couple blocks already, and truth be told, they don't have a lot of shot ups considering they've got 20 turnovers. When you think of possessions in that first half, Owen, you probably have, who knows, maybe 40 possessions, and at half of them you're turning it over. So, Bismarck High only has, 6 made shots in the first half, and they're probably 6 for 20, maybe 6 for 24, something in that range. And so, just Mandan's defense is just making, it's pretty hard to score when you can't shoot. And just give credit to Mandan's defense, and also not only their pressure defense, but also their half-court defense, and led by McKenna Johnson inside, and just impressive with what these juniors and seniors are doing right now for Mandan, just completely controlling the tempo and every aspect of the game.
Yeah, one of the team stats that you're not going to see on this screen, but might be the most telling in this game, is the turnovers. Mandan, they force about 30 a game, 20 already in the first half. As for the individual numbers, you got those for these two teams, Chuck.
Yeah, for Bismarck High, the 6 in the scoring column. Well, Reagan Newmiller and Taylor Mayer, they each have a 3, and that's it. And then Opal Sorensen, Cambry Newmiller, Caitlin Luther, and Grace Newman, they have a bucket, and that's it. Nobody else has scored for the Bismarck High Demons for their total of 14. For the Mandan Braves, 6 people in scoring column. Grayble's in double figures with 12. She's got a 3 and 1 and 3 field goals, and just a great first half for her. Probably 3 or 4 assists, 3 or 4 steals. Well on her way to a potential Sport Clips MVP for Zaya Grable. McKenna Johnson, well, she's pushing her. She's got 2 threes and 2 free throws for her 8 points. 6 for Sarah Helderop. 4 for Kimmy McAllister, then a bucket apiece for Maddie Schwind and Anna Claire Buckby off the bench for their total of 34. The most positive thing for the Demons was their 2-0 lead. After that, it was 16 in a row for Mandan as they took that lead at 16-2. And Bismarck High kind of worked their way back to 21-9. But then they had 2 consecutive turnovers for layups for Mandan. Then things just fell apart there as they're down by 20 at half, 34-14.
How about the band here? Minot says they have a pretty good basketball band. I'm giving the trophy to Bismarck High tonight.
That's pretty impressive. Bismarck High is known for their band. Anybody who knows Bismarck High, talk about back in the day, they said people were transferring back and forth, and everybody was thinking it was sports, right? What's the most requested transfer in Bismarck Mandan? Well, it was for band. People coming to the Bismarck High band.
That is...
and they've shown it tonight right there.
Yeah.
You got tubas. Isn't that what it is? When you count the tubas, I think TD said, if you got more than a handful of tubas, you got a big band. And I think I can count 4 right now. But, man, they're full. This whole right side in front of us, maybe John's trying to get a spot on him. He does, and he's checking it all out. We got a clarinets, we got flutes, we got saxophones, we got trumpets, trombones, you name it, and we got a great drum line up front that are getting after it right now.
They make it pretty tough to pull off a Magic Towing halftime report when you're sitting right next to them, but that's what we're going to do. Last item of business here before we get to the second half action. Take a look at the North Dakota Score Feed out-of-town scoreboard on the PSP network tonight. Legacy and Minot North score unchanged from the last time we reported. 33-16 Sabres at the half. Some closer games, though, between, get this, Minot 30, St. Mary's 27 at the half. Obviously Minot High without Maggie Fricky, but and maybe they're playing some JV players because
I would bet they're not.
Who would have saw that?
Because, well, St. Mary's is solid. They got a good team. They got a lot of girls back. Everybody back except one from last year, and that's a team that, some teams look at these Bismarck Mandan teams they look at St. Mary's as one of the top 3 teams potentially, with maybe Century and Bismarck High after that. And so, you know, bottom line, it's a good St. Mary's team with a lot of good athletes, and they're showing it tonight against Minot.
Just adds to how crazy this WDA season is going to be. Crazy competitive, I mean, in that case. It's time for the second half of high school basketball when we return on the PSP Network.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and Civic. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
The foundation of the financial planning approach at Legacy Financial Partners is a personal relationship. Our unique and collaborative approach to financial planning starts with your dreams, not just the numbers. We will work with you regularly to take action to update your plan as your needs evolve, recommending products and services that are right for your situation.
Today's broadcast of high school basketball on the PSP Network is brought to you in part by Minot State University. The best way to predict your future is to create it. With over 100 areas of study at Minot State, you'll earn the degree for the career you desire. Be seen, be heard, be you at MSU. That's Minot State University.
You know, I looked down, one thing that doesn't show, Jordan Root averaging 12.5 a game, has not scored in this first half.
We'll get our BNC National Bank scoreboard up and running here shortly. Still stuck on the first half, but we are underway with half number 2. Mandan now going from left to right. Heldrop with the ball in the far corner. Back up to Zaya Grable.
That looks like it's
about a straightaway 3.
I'm sorry, I thought it was a 2-3 zone, but it's not.
Pass is intercepted. Bismarck now a chance. It ends up in the hands of Grable out of bounds. I think Bismarck thought maybe a foul there.
I like that they attacked the glass. That's one thing we said. If you're going to make mistakes, make the mistakes aggressively, and that's what happened right there. Not even a mistake by Caitlin Luther. Oh, there was a mistake.
Over
and talked about Caitlin Luther there, and that was an unforced error. Mandan's forced enough of them tonight.
Well, we're going to have to go a little bit without that BNC National Bank scoreboard. 34-14 Mandan. Already just about a minute gone by here in half number 2. Grable lost the handle, now gets it back. Heldrop comes over to keep this offense moving. She's actually going to take the shot from in the lane. Sarah Heldrop now with 8 in the contest.
Yeah, that's her game. She's really good at weaving in and out of the defense, and a little teardrop shot inside the lane.
On the move. For Bismarck High, it's Taylor Mayer.
Yeah, and Bismarck High goes right back at the glass. I think that's one thing probably Coach Shetler said is go at the basket.
Mandan trying to do the same. Bismarck High's defense moving fast to get down the court. 36-16 Braves. Grable stops. Tries to get the ball into Johnson, eventually finds the intended target, but that leaves a wide open Zaya Grable, who airballs a 3. Rare one.
Yeah, she's just kind of shaking her head like, okay, that was a good inside-out look by McKenna Johnson. Short-armed that one a little bit.
Full court press has been out here in the Carl Gard gym all day from Mandan. Don't expect it to stop in the second half. Rude 2-on-1. He's just going to pull up and hit a mid-range jumper.
There's that first basket of hers, and I like what she did is, again, attacked it. So far in the first couple of possessions, Bismarck High's learning from some of their mistakes in that first half.
Grable enters the ball inside the three-point line to Johnson. There's going to be a foul called from behind against the Demons.
As soon as that ball gets down low, they're going to be double teams. Second foul on Taya Fedek. as she will come out, as will, I think, Caitlin Luther. Grace Newman checked in. Assuming the other New Miller probably did, right? Yep.
Pass out to Heldrop in the corner. He's going to go around his screen. Ball pops out. It's picked up by Zaya Grable. Baseline drive for two. 38-18 Mandan.
Great handles right there by Grable. Bismarck High does what they need to do. They break that Mandan pressure and go right at the rim.
Jordan Rude, we mentioned that nobody for Bismarck High had made 2 field goals in the first half. She has 2 field goals here out of halftime. Grable misses the 3. Offensive rebound to Lyles. Had to fight for it. Back to Grable. Gives up a good shot for a great shot. Heldrop, though, can't convert.
I like the extra pass there by Grable, though.
Out of bounds. Last touch by Lyles, Mandan.
You know, when the coach is standing up right in front of you on the sidelines, I mean, is there ever such a thing as coaching interference? As they were pressuring in that corner, and Kopus was right there. You know, I mean, I almost could have, not that he reached in and didn't touch anything, but, man, he sure took up space in the sideline.
Yeah, an actual third defender, not just the sideline there.
Exactly.
Rebound goes to the Braves. They've got numbers. McAllister, shot fake twice, now a pass to Grable. Stolen away by Jordan Rude. 14:40 to go in the second half. In the lane, not going to fool McKenna Johnson one bit, but a steal by Reagan Newmiller. Ball back with the Demons. 3 from Cambry Newmiller's no good. The putback by Newman goes in.
Grace Newman bringing a lot of energy, as we talked about. Another steal for Bismarck High. 3rd turnover for Mandan this half. His defense is causing a little bit of trouble for Mandan to start the second half.
Heldrop is able to control that basketball. Drive and kick McKenna Johnson.
McKenna Johnson, she's setting up in those corners, those 3 threes from the baseline.
If you missed in the first half, she didn't make a 3 last year. She has 3 in tonight's game alone.
And she hadn't made one this year, 0 for 4, so.
Cambry Newmiller pivots just outside the paint. Reagan Newmiller, you know, she thought about pulling the trigger on another long 3 right there.
She did, and she probably should have shot it because she traveled.
Here is the block by Johnson a while ago on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. 13:40 left on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. 41-22 Mandan. Johnson, how about a 4th? Nope, not going to get it.
Well, she is definitely putting them up, though.
Long pass from Newman to Newmiller goes out of bounds.
Turnover. I almost thought that Newmiller could have reached out and grabbed that one. It didn't look like it was too far in front of her, but maybe too much smoke on it from Newman. Grace Newman. Rick Newman is her father, one of our favorite coaches of all time. He's head coach for University of Mary. There's nobody that's better at interviewing. He's one of those guys you ask a question and you can just take a nap because he just keeps, and he answers every question you were thinking of. You didn't have to ask it. I just loved interviewing him when we were doing Mary games.
The Bismarck High basketball. Early in this second half, Demons trail by 19. It's 41-22. On the drive, had it poked away, and McAllister's going to get that steal.
It was good hands there by McAllister. I think it was Grable, actually.
Grable with the ball now.
No, it was McAllister, you're right. Oh.
And yeah, just extended that elbow, trying to make some space. You can see it again on our Ryan Family Dealerships replay.
Yeah, Demons came over, they double teamed her, and I said, you know, she just reached in. That was kind of a weak one right there.
For 50 years, Ryan has been a trusted name for car buyers in Western North Dakota. Shop their entire inventory at driveryan.com. There was a steal by Grable. McAllister jump pass to Johnson. Into the corner, Sapphire LeBlanc. Sapphire on fire from the corner.
Gonna call a quick timeout because the rim is, the net is, ball got inside to McJohnson. She couldn't handle it, but what a great inside out. Check this out with the basket. How many times do you see that? Is Johnson gonna go up and get it? Whoa!
Oh, she about got the rim right there.
She did, pretty impressive. She gonna dunk in high college or what?
I think we need to see it.
A big cheer from the fans on that one. That was McAllister with the 3.
There's our
on that last one.
Sapphire LeBlanc.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, LeBlanc. It's her first basket of the game.
Steal by Grable. This is going to be one of the easiest. Oh, shouldn't have spoke too soon.
You just jinxed her.
Yep, that's my bad. There's our new and improved BNC National Bank scoreboard.
A little bit
off to the side.
Good job, John.
Heldrop with the steal. Watch out from behind there. Heldrop controls that one all the way in.
She gets in double figures as she takes it 1-on-4 against the Demons. I got the steal. I'm going to get the shot.
Another steal. And now the turnovers, just like in the first half, building up for Bismarck High. Wide open is McAllister, but just...
She had a drop step layup.
Couldn't hang on to the basketball. Shot fake and a pass to Newman, blocked by Zaya Grable.
Yeah, Grable, her second block. She's got 14 points.
How about that passing there from Mandan? Leads to a First International Bank and Trust timeout. Enjoy this Ryan Family Dealerships replay as we go to break.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealer.
Today's broadcast of high school basketball on the PSP Network is brought to you in part by Planet Pizza. There's no pizza like it. Try the Blue Buffalo or a plain cheese today at Planet Pizza. Call now at 701-852-1700 to place your order. It's our first of 2 games today on the PSP Network from Carl Gard Gym in Bismarck. Have the boys game to follow, our first WDA doubleheader of this season. Before that game gets started, about the planning team financial advisors Shots Crossroads post-game show, an interview with our Sport Clips MVP. We'll also name the Magic City Home Leisure move of the game. Might have just seen a candidate right there. That pass.
And then the Spas, etc. move of the game.
I think that's our difference here. We come from Minot and Bismarck.
Bismarck's, the Spas, etc.
I'm in a new territory. Back to basketball. And a whistle, a jump ball. It'll stay with Bismarck. 11 minutes, 31 seconds to go in half number 2. 48-22 Mandan on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Inbound underneath their own hoop for the Demons. They might have another jump ball here. No, they get it away in the nick of time, but Fedig had that shot blocked by LeBlanc.
Everybody's getting in the block party.
And now a foul called against Sapphire LeBlanc along the sideline. Braves bring in Anna Bugby, who hit that buzzer beater to go into halftime.
Well, she's given them some really good minutes. Had 7 points in that Shanley game. Just a physical presence inside.
Heldrop goes up to LeBlanc on the fast break for 2.
Well, that's one of the potential moves of the game, is falling down with the one hand, the right hand throws it up off the backboard and in. Boy, this has just been all Mandan this game. They're going to stop the 6-game winning streak for the Demons. Another turnover there for Bismarck High as Rude was trying to drive to the basket.
Still 11 minutes to go in this one. Well, that's a layup to add to the lead. Now a 30-point advantage.
Yeah, great spin move by Maddie Schwind. Ball reversed in the corner to Rhea Rude, or Rhea, that's her big sister. It's Jordan Rude. Back to New Miller. New Miller, just nothing going on there. Back to the right side. Now Luther has a deep 3. That's no good. That's going to be pulled down by Schwind, or not, by Bugby. That's all right. That's all right. I'm the same thing. I got a cough going too.
It's flu season around here. All right, here we go. Heldrop hands off to Sapphire LeBlanc. Going left, now back to the right. From the free throw line, hell drop in the corner. Looking for something inside. And we'll get it to Madison Schwind. Missed shot as the shot clock expired.
Going to be blocked from behind by Taylor Mayer, and that's just a good power move by Schwint.
Demons break the full court press. Newmiller hands off to Newmiller. Now Rude near side wing. Looking for Newman on the block. Cambry Newmiller has it punched away by Grable. Gets the ball back from Bugby. Contested a layup. Gets that one to go. So she needs a defender there to make a fast break.
She does. Great help from the weak side. Tipped it away, and then I got a great pass up ahead.
There's an easy layup on the other end for Grace Newman.
The Demons, when they move the basketball against that press, they get open looks. Grace Newman's having a nice second half today. She's earned herself a lot more minutes, I can tell you right now. I know Coach said she's going to be somebody they're going to be counting on. Going to be blocked from Newmiller, but I like how Allie Reiner went right at her, forced her to use the body.
54-24 Mandan on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Reiner at the Surf Pro free throw line, 24/7 emergency service and trained technicians using advanced technology and specializing in fire and water cleanup and restoration at Surf Pro. Not many have been to the Surf Pro free throw line tonight.
Bismarck High still hasn't. Mandan, this is her first shot of the second half. Ooh, speaking of high, 1 for 2, right, for Reiner?
Mm-hmm.
Reiner, just an 8th grader, 6-foot 8th grader. That's, what do you call it, an embarrassment of riches for Mandan, as they've got their solid junior and senior class. And Reiner falls down. They're going to get an easy call for the officials there. The old school scoreboard that we got going on. I love it.
I think we might have the regular one coming back up shortly.
All right, Johnny tried to get it. Sometimes it's just unplug it and plug it in, right?
Yeah.
Or somebody unplugged it for us. Who knows?
Oh, yeah, that always helps.
Yeah, that happens.
Sarcastically. There's a 3. That'll help the Demons cause a little bit. Cambry Newmiller from beyond the arc. We might have a new-looking scoreboard when we return on the PSP Network.
Shields Visa is more than just a card. It's the freedom to go. It's a gateway to explore and do more of what you love. Imagine where the Shields Visa can take you. So join us in discovering endless possibilities. Shields Visa. Together, we've got this.
Spas Etc. is excited to introduce the addition of the Master Spas line, including the Michael Phelps Swim Spas. Enjoy the relaxing health benefits and enjoy 0% financing up to 72 months or up to $5,000 off on all spas and swim spas. You'll also find $2,000 off the MSRP on all pools and saunas. Come check out the outstanding lineup of Master Spas at Spas Etc.
Out of the First International Bank and Trust timeout, founded in 1910 and growing to serve rural and urban communities across North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, and Arizona. Find them online at FIBT.com. Mandan 55, Bismarck 27. The Braves looking for a 1-0 start to the WDA season. 3-0 overall, ranked number 4 in the state right now. They do turn the ball over.
Mandan's got 3 in double figures right now. Grable with 16, Johnson with 13, and Helderop with 10.
All of them on the bench right now. Who knows if we're going to see him even the rest of the way here.
We might not. Might be a lot of JV here.
Lyles guarding the ball right now for the Braves. That's Jordan Rude. Cross court pass to Grace Newman. Rude wants it back.
Got to give it to her there, huh?
Yeah, Newmiller for 3. Hey, that's fine.
That looked like Todd Domery's to me. I'm wide open down low for a pass, and he just kind of looks me off and then hits a three. And he said, what? I was open. What do you mean?
The ankles were broken right there. So is the press for Mandan. Missed long 2. Now the Braves on a 2-on-2, or sorry, the Demons on a 2-and-2 fast break. Missed shot, and then the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by BHS. Oh, well, here come the starters back in the game for Mandan.
I am surprised, but then again, it's early. You need to get minutes. You need to so it isn't like, hey, once you get a certain lead, you shouldn't put your starters in.
Mandan does have 2 more games coming up this week, at home against Jamestown on Friday and then Cheyenne on Saturday, so maybe save some legs.
Yeah, you don't normally see that this early in the season, 3 games in a week, unless you're playing in a tournament, I guess.
Heldrop top of the key, 6:15 left in our first of 2 high school basketball games today on the PSP network. Johnson to Heldrop, using every second of the shot clock, down to 5. Heldrop shot off the side of the backboard. She gets her own shot back. At the horn, it's Kimmy McAllister.
And Kimmy McAllister, she's so good inside too. I mean, she just is a battler, 5'11". There's so many girls that are at that 5'11", 6 foot for Mandan. I mean, Heldrop's 5'8", she's the shortest. So Mandan goes big. That length really causes trouble. Obviously there, when you got a 6'2", and McKenna Johnson another block, her 4th.
Inside pass looking for Mayer. And Heldrop diving for that loose ball, was the last to touch it as it goes out of bounds. 57:30 running clock.
That Bismarck High, a Mandan matchup with the boys, that could be completely different, because that'll be a battle between those 2 teams.
Well, we had a defensive contest here. I'm thinking that one might be more of an offensive.
Well, Bismarck
spectacle.
High wants to outscore you. That's their plan, as they're averaging 100 points a game in the 2 games. They had 102 against Cheyenne and 98 against West Fargo.
Pretty good first 2 games.
It's pretty good first 2 games, and they had one of their better players, Weston Scott, out. He's out till late in the season with a Jones fracture of his foot. And then another one of their better players, Jack Schaefer, as you know, he's now playing. He's at the University of Washington. Well, not quite yet. He'll still be here. I think he goes after semesters. So once he's done this semester, he'll graduate early. Says a lot about his intelligence. Oh.
High pass intended for Zaya Grable, out of bounds.
Running hard down the middle, just a little bit too much on it from Heldrop.
Still Mandan in that full court press, even with a running clock this late in half number 2 and a 27-point lead.
He might be
foul.
This is probably a situation with Shannon Kopis that maybe this is a new identity of the Mandan team, as long as they're not getting a lot of fouls, and they really haven't. I mean, they have 4 this half. The first half, I think they had probably the same. So to play this tough a defense and not get anybody in foul trouble, that says a lot.
Open 3 from Opal Sorensen.
Well, Sorensen with a deep 3 on an extra pass from that right wing. Bright red hair.
Johnson, I think there was a foot on the line there. And it'll only be a 2.
Oh, Johnson, quick trigger on that one. She likes those first passes after that defensive pressure.
Ball stays with the Demons. Another substitution made by Mandan, Sierra Gustafson. That's a familiar last name to Mandan basketball.
Little sister of Savannah Gustafson, as well as Sarah Gustafson. You know her, played at Minot State. She was an All-American in BSC, went to Minot State. Her sister Savannah played last year. She was an All-Stater in softball, also played a little bit, was a decent basketball player too, or was.
All kinds of time, and sinking the 3, Caitlin Luther.
3 triples now for Mandan, and Shannon Kopis is saying, hey, come on. 30-second or 20-second timeout, you got to get on. We don't like those open looks.
Whether it's getting an education, making priceless memories, learning to play, playing to learn, or simply getting where you need to go, the team at Ackerman Estvold has been behind these projects and countless others, developing critical infrastructure, valuable spaces, and even some good old-fashioned fun. Entrusted with the things you know, but delivering more than you may realize. Ackerman Estvold, trusted for decades and decades to come.
Thank you for joining us tonight on the PSP Network. Our WDA doubleheader coverage continues after this game. Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads post-game show, and then it's right into game number 2 between Mandan and Bismarck High. Here's Gustafson with the basketball. Pass it back out to Johnson. Down to 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in today's game. 59-36, Mandan lead on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. McAllister on the drive.
They probably didn't call that one late in the game, and Grable isn't done with her steals.
Steal and a score for Zaya Grable.
I mean, she's got to have 6+ steals, a half a dozen for sure.
Offensive rebound there for the Demons.
I think that was, didn't you think McKenna Johnson blocked that one?
Well, she went for it.
Well, it was short by about 2 feet.
I think it was just trying to get it over her hand.
Do you? Okay.
There's a 3.
Ooh. Line drive triple
Newmiller
by Cambry. That's her 3rd of the game.
And now some problems for Mandan trying to break this late full court pressure from Bismarck. Get the ball to the Mayer. Back to Cambry Newmiller.
Boy, she wanted to pull the trigger on that one, didn't she?
Yeah, what's she going to do with it now?
Well, held her up. You can tell Coach Cope has talked to him saying, got to get on those threes. Too many open looks.
Sorensen a long pass out to Mayer. 10 on the shot clock. Gustafson going for her first steal. Still has a hand on the basketball and then gets called for the foul.
She is feisty.
This is the freshman. Or number 5 for Mandan.
So they got Anna Claire Bugby, a freshman, Allie Reiner, an 8th grader playing. Now you get another freshman, Sierra Gustafson.
Fedig finds Sorensen. And that pass doesn't find its target either. Johnson, pivot, puts up an off-balance shot. No good. Under a minute to play in our basketball game tonight. A foul about 90 feet from the basket.
Clock isn't stopping.
I think we're in the running clock territory. It was a 30-point lead for Mandan earlier in this half. They now lead by 22. Gustafson again attempts for a steal, but it goes out of bounds. Another chance to inbound the basketball for Bismarck. 1 second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Mayer stuck. And a 10-second violation called against Bismarck, and that should just about do it. Mandan can hold on to the basketball for the last 15 seconds. Chuck Claremont's going down to the sideline to catch the winning coach on the Sport Clips MVP. Inbound to Gustafson, a long pass, 3 seconds. They'll get it to Johnson. Hey, one more for good measure. That breaks the losing streak for Mandan against Bismarck High. It's a 63-39 win. That one might have been a milestone point for McKenna Johnson, I'm thinking, by the way their reaction was. Or maybe it was just one more basket to take a 24-point lead for Mandan. We'll check on that. But Mandan, a 63-39 win. We'll now get into our Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads post-game show today on the PSP Network. Shots Crossroads is your post-game headquarters. Order online at shotscrossroads.com from their delicious menu that includes the famous number 99. Team buses are always welcome at Shots Crossroads. All right, it's time to talk to our winning coach in the Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads post-game show. Chuck, down to you.
All right, thanks, Owen. Pressure defense, coach. I mean, you guys, 20 turnovers in the first half. You had 30+ in the game. I mean, last week, you didn't start that full court pressure till the second half. Well, you came out from the jump tonight.
Yeah, we wanted to set the tone today. We had a whole week to work on some stuff, so we worked on some of that full court pressure that we wanted to jump out with.
You know, for you guys too, is not only were you getting the pressure, but then you were turning it right into points early on, and you got that big lead, 16-2, and just didn't let it up.
Right. We just we wanted to come out, play as good a basketball as we could, and just get that momentum. It's hard to sometimes get that momentum, so we preached all week that, hey, if we get a steal, we're going to attack, and we're going to go right back at it again, and we were able to do that a little bit.
You know, when you were game planning for the game tonight, were you expecting a young Bismarck team? Was that kind of something you were looking at saying, trying to pressure them, force some turnovers on them early on?
Yeah, a little bit. Bill always has his teams ready, though, so, we wanted to come out. We wanted to see what we could do with our pressure, but at the same time, we wanted to be a little bit careful on what he can do with his team. So we really respect those guys a lot and how hard he always has their girls working.
Good win early on, Coach. Congratulations. Zaya Grable, step in here. Zaya, congratulations. A great game for you guys. Boy, you guys came out and just got in their face right away. Talk to me about that defensive intensity.
As Mandan, we thrive on their defense. We're a very defensive, strong team, and I believe that us girls are very motivated to get those steals and get all up in their face right away, make sure they have no chance of even coming and competing with us.
And I just love your energy and your enthusiasm. You just bring that to your team, and it feels like your team has an edge, and I mean that in a positive way.
Oh yeah, like I said, as Mandan, we thrive on that edge. We thrive on making sure people are uncomfortable, because as basketball players, that's what you want. You want people to fear you, because that's how you win.
For you guys, your expectation has to be high. You got a lot of people back, but talk to me about even the other people that are contributing. Like Blanc, I hadn't heard her name a bunch. She came back. She had a great game. You got so many people that are contributing in this Mandan team.
Yeah, like I said, our teammate, I thrive in my team. We all contribute well, whether it's on the bench energy, defensively, making sure we're all clapping on the bench, making sure we're there for each other. I feel like as a team, we're very strong and very bonded. We come together, even with our new coaching staff, we came together. We make sure that we're together as a team and not separate because of this change.
You mentioned of the new coaching staff. How is that change, and how has it been adjusting to Coach Kopis?
I feel like we're flowing very nicely for it being a very new coaching staff, all new coaching staff except Just, of course. But I feel as if we're flowing pretty nicely. We're looking good. I feel when I'm watching our games back, I'm like, we look like we're getting out there, feeling ourselves a little bit. Like I said, defensive edge, we love that.
Confident team, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
All right, back to you.
Thank you, Chuck. We'll have the rest of our planning team financial advisor Shots Crossroads post-game show next on the PSP Network.
Jersey Mike slices your sub right in front of you, see? The slicer, the meat and cheese, it has a rhythm.
This is the rhythm of the slice. The slice. Oh yeah. The rhythm of the slice. This is the rhythm of the slice. The slice. Oh yeah.
Order for Danny? Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most. Nodak Insurance Company, agents with answers.
Darren Johnson, Cody Olson, and Scott Wilkins, your agents with answers in Mandan.
Whether looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. Visit them online at planningteam.com, helping clients work toward financial freedom. Well, it's time for our Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads post-game show. The numbers today, I lost a light up here, but the numbers today, it wasn't necessarily the greatest statistical basketball game for either side. Obviously, Mandan, they definitely won it defensively today. What was maybe the biggest takeaway, Chuck, for the Braves in this one?
Well, just the defensive intensity, and just listening to Zaya Grable, obviously you could tell that perspective for her that she just has an edge, and I love it. I think it surely leads this Mandan team that she said, we want to be a force. And they played that way the entire game, only gave up 39 points, scored 63 themselves. And so just a dominant performance from the Mandan Braves tonight.
As for Bismarck High, their first loss of the season in their home opener, there's a lot of things to take away. Maybe most importantly, we just need to get into that offense, hold on to the basketball, find some more open shots.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. And that's, you know, they're young, and that's Coach Shetler said to me in the pregame. He said, we got a lot to learn, okay? I said we played decent a couple games early on against Cheyenne and against West Fargo, but he said there's a lot of good teams in the West region, and he said it's going to be a battle for us. We're going to have some good nights, and we're going to have some not so good nights. And he wasn't necessarily trying to foreshadow tonight, but it turned out as, you know, tonight wasn't one of those good nights, and I think it was more just a really quality Mandan girls basketball team right there.
The last thing we need to take care of in this Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads postgame show, our Spas Etc. Move of the Game, a family-owned business with over 22 years of experience providing top-notch spa, hot tub, sauna, and tanning bed sales and installation services at Spas Etc. I think a lot of our nominees, pretty much all of the nominees in my book, involved McKenna Johnson. Whether it was her 4 blocks today, 3 made threes, an unprecedented number for her, or just moving the basketball. I think Johnson could take home any of them.
Yeah, she definitely has a lot of in terms of moves of the game. I don't anything one specific that stood out to me, but actually, if anything, there was an extra move that stood out to me was an extra pass from her that she's learning also, that there's times when she's double teamed that she can't force it. And there was a play early on this side where the ball got into her and she didn't force it. She passed it outside. I think it was to McAllister, and she hit a 3. And to me, that was a big move right there. And that would be our Spas Etc. move of the game.
Oh, this has been the Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads postgame show. A Mandan win over Bismarck. They snapped that 6-game losing streak. Final score 63-39. We have more basketball on the way. The Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show starts after this break for our boys game tonight between Mandan and Bismarck High from the Carl Guard.
Presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
Well, we can't forget to talk about the box score from that first game. Chuck, how about our individual scores?
All right, I'll do that quick before we get in this one. For the Demons, just one in double figures, Cambry Newmiller. She had 11, 6 for Grace Newman, 5 each for Opal Sorensen and Taylor Mayer, 3 for Reagan Newmiller, and then 4 for Jordan Rude. Just 39 points for the Demons. For the Mandan Braves, 7 in the scoring column, led by the 18 of Zaya Grable, 17 for McKenna Johnson, and 5 blocks for her. 10 for Sarah Helderop, 6 for Kimmy McAllister, 5 for Sapphire LeBlanc, 4 for Maddie Schwind, and then 1 for Allie Reiner for their total of 63. If we did our Sport Clips MVP of that game, obviously you probably already did and already talked about it. So, we're learning new things all the time. You're used to doing stuff with guys and Todd and Scott for how many years, and we get somebody new in, and I love it. That it was a great first game. I want to appreciate it, and I'm thinking we got a lot more left between you and I, hopefully, my friend.
Yeah, well, let's just go right into our second game of the day with the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show with timely services that won't slow you down and no appointment needed to stay in your car. Drive through oil change service. Take about 15 minutes at any of their locations in Bismarck or Minot. Find out what they do online at VIOC.com. All right, it's Mandan, it's Bismarck. We talked about the rivalry between these teams before the girls' game. And, hey, Mandan and Bismarck, there was a 40-point performance in this matchup a year ago. Some close games, some breakout games. I really don't know what we're going to expect out of the blue in this one tonight.
Well, I think it's going to be a battle. All the Bismarck guys missing some kids, right? They're missing not only Weston Scott, as we mentioned, with his Jones fracture in his foot, but they also have an ankle injury for another one of their starters and studs, and Ross Fisher. He hurt his ankle against West Fargo. So 2 starters out, or 3 if you look at Jack Schaefer. But I can tell you Jordan Willem isn't making any excuses, and it's kind of in his mind the old next man up mentality. Grant Biebel will step up. He will get to start tonight, and they'll just add another guy to the bench. So I expect this to be an absolute battle. When you look at these two teams, they've really gone back and forth in the last 5 years for these two teams. They split every game, the season, the regular season game since back in 2000 to 2019. So they're two teams that they battle back and forth, and they have a true respect for each other, but there definitely is a true disdain for Mandan against Bismarck High. I can promise you that, whether it's football, whether it's basketball, whether it's wrestling, you name it. And that's why I love this rivalry, and appreciate getting an opportunity to do this game, because I think this is going to be a good game tonight.
I think so too, and think strongly that we're going to have a good game. And if you like offense, you're in the right spot. Bismarck High, first 2 games of the season, 200 points, 102 in their season opener against West Fargo Cheyenne. They scored 71 points before halftime. Yeah. Cheyenne only put up 72 over all 36 minutes. For Mandan, they score 88 a game, a season high 93 in that game against Fargo Shanley that you were at, a 33-point win. What stood out the most from that win over the Shanley Deacons?
Well, I just felt Mandan played deep, and I was impressed with how many people they were able to throw it. They have a great starting 5. When you look at the Bears Tails and TJ Brown out there, and Hudson Sheldon and Doug Sheldon, really a step up, a football all-state kid. He learned to shoot over the wheel. As Hudson Sheldon said, it's about time, because he needed to work on it in the interview after the game. But ultimately, he's played solid in terms of 8 points and 6 rebounds. And then they got guys off the bench, and a kid that transferred from Century. Speaking of Century transfers to Mandan, Zaya Grable has done a tremendous effort for the girls' side. But Nunpa Kirky, that's a name. Keep an eye on this lefty. 2 lefties. Grable's a lefty. Kirky is a lefty, Nunpa Kirky, and he's a guy that's gonna make some noise. And I just impressed with Kirky and Ulmer, and even Eli Eaglestaff late in the game came in. So they went 8 deep for Mandan, and that's something that maybe in years past they haven't been able to go 8 deep. When you take somebody off from the starting lineup that not in the game, they've struggled. And I liked that they got some extra guys in the game. Even a Logan Seafeld came in and played decent late in that game against Shanley, and then the previous game the night before in that victory against Fargo North. So a little more depth from Mandan. I think that's going to add a lot to their team.
We've got a timeout on the PSP Network at the plate. The Northern Plains Heating and Air keys to the game on deck, and the Prestwich Orthodontics players to watch in the hole. You're watching high school basketball on the PSP Network.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
Stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair. Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face, wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with the hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7. Pressure. Poise. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's the spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about magic towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
The dictionary defines community as a group of people living in the same place or sharing common goals. Community is the largest part of our name, and we make it the largest part of our business. We support our local schools, organizations, youth programs, and local events from Bowman to Bismarck, because we all share a common goal to better the quality of life in our communities. Come bank with us at Dakota Community Bank and Trust, your real community bank.
It's time to talk X's and O's in the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. The Northern Plains Heating and Air, keys to the game with over 25 years of experience as your heating and air experts and the factory authorized dealer for AeroSeal. There's no other choice to seal your heating and air game than with Northern Plains. Find them online at northern-plains.com. I think offensively, Chuck, if you got an open shot, take it is the key to this one.
Well, get out fast, right? Because these teams like to get out and get going. And 88 points, averaging for Mandan, 100 for Bismarck High. And so it's not to say they don't play defense, though, because both teams create some turnovers. So pressure defense is going to be an issue again to say, how are these two teams going to handle it? Because Bismarck High is going to press from the get-go, and Mandan does a different type of pressure where, they don't necessarily do a full-court press like the Demons do, but bottom line, they put a lot of pressure on you in half-court offense, and so it is going to be how you handle that. But when it comes down to it, you got two tremendous all-state players in these two teams, and which one of these kids is going to step up? Hudson Sheldon averaging almost a triple-double, which is unheard of in high school basketball, and Andre Austin, who's we're going to get locked into. We'll talk more about him, but who is going to control, one of the top 5 players in the state on both these two sides? Which one of those kids is going to be, which one of the team is going to be able to control the leader of the other team, and see if they can't, cut the head of the snake, if you want to call it that, off. See how that happens.
Let's talk a little bit about Andre Austin, our Prestwich Orthodontics Players to Watch segment. Prestwich Orthodontics specializes in braces and Invisalign for all ages. They offer 0% financing and free consultations, virtual or in office. Check them out at mynotbraces.com. What about Andre's game stands out more than something else you'd find in North Dakota?
Well, pretty much everything. Right now, Andre Austin, he's added a 3-ball to his repertoire, so he can shoot from deep, and here's a guy that does everything. We mentioned almost a triple-double for Hudson Sheldon. Well, Andre Austin, when you take a look at his numbers right now this year already in a couple games, 24 points a game, 7.5 rebounds, 6 assists, 3.5 steals a game, and he really and truly is a leader of this basketball team. I feel like I've been calling his name forever as he's been playing for 4 years, and he's a guy that he's so unselfish. He broke the single season assist record for Bismarck High last year. I think it had held since 1992 or something like that, and he's just a kid that Coach Willem loves talking about him. It loves when you got a leader like that is so unselfish like that. That just says a lot about your team, and he's a guy that super proud of his little brother. I know we interviewed him last week, and he cheered his little brother on when he's just not a super emotional guy, and so you love having a leader like Andre Austin on your basketball team.
Yeah, you might be calling the Austin name for another 4 years as well, with Khalik coming up now in his freshman season. Turning the page to the Mandan Braves, and who stands out for them? It's Riley Bearstail, a Mandan team that's made 31 three-pointers in their first 2 games. Bearstail responsible for quite a few of them, shooting 46% from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and Riley Bearstail, last year he had 48 threes in a season. I mean, just a tremendous season for Riley Bearstail, and twin brother Riley Bearstail, but Riley really is the guy that stepped up more, and he really is more the scorer on their team, averaged 9 points a game last year, but he's going to be looked at to score more this year. As you talked about him, he's made 4 of 10 threes already this year, and one thing that the Bearstails have that people don't really take into account as much is they're 6'3".
Yes.
So not only are they're tall and they got some length, so now they're going to be called on to rebound a little more, and when you talk about a 6'3" guy in a guard spot playing perimeter defense, that makes a tremendous difference. So that really is an added, gift, I guess, for Brandon Schaefer, that they got a guy in Riley Bearstail that also plays great defense. Their father, Wiley, anybody have heard of Mandan back in the day, and he was an all-state guy, and he was defense, offense, showboat, could pass it, he could do it all, and pretty cool for these guys to have a father like Wiley. I'm sure he has taught him a little bit over the years, and Riley Bearstail is definitely one of those guys to watch for Mandan. He's going to be counted on a lot this year.
Yeah, Briley O'Reilly, your Prestwich Orthodox player to watch tonight on the PSP Network. How about we set up the matchup a little bit, taking a look at the rankings according to the media. Here's a matchup, a top 5 matchup in the state. They're rare to come by when you only rank top 5 teams in all of AA basketball. Bismarck's at number 2, receiving a couple first place votes. They've moved all the way up from number 5. Mandan replaces them there at the number 5 spot. Top 5 to open conference play. Doesn't get much bigger than that, does it?
No, both these two teams playing extremely well, and I think they're definitely top 5 in the state. Bismarck High in a preseason poll, they like that. I mean, to think he's not a top 8 team in the state, I would be shocked if they're not there. He just is such a gifted athlete. You're going to see him tonight. It's fun to watch this kid play. 5 dunks already in the year, and Mandan is definitely deserving to be in the top 5. And they'll probably continue to be there in Bismarck High. I'm guessing will still end up being probably in that second. So these two teams are at the poll tomorrow. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens in this game tonight. Somebody could fall out of it.
Yes. Yeah, Nick Holmberg on the drive down here from Minot said, how many times is Hudson Sheldon going to throw it down today in the Carl Guard Gym? Well, I guess we'll find out very shortly on the PSP Network as our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show comes to a close.
How would you like to turn this into this? With Shots Crossroads Fuel to Food Reward Program, you can. Here's how it works. Pick up a fuel tracker card from any of our C-store cashiers. Every time you fill up with gasoline or diesel, use the fuel tracker card to record your gallons. Once you reach 1,000 gallons, you'll be eligible for a $10 gift card to Shots Crossroads Restaurant. Start earning your rewards today at Shots Crossroads.
Jersey Mike slices your sub right in front of you, see? The slicer, the meat and cheese, it has a rhythm.
This is the rhythm of the slice. The slice. Oh yeah. The rhythm of the slice. This is the rhythm of the slice. The slice. Oh yeah.
Order for Danny?
Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Meeting the starters tonight inside the Carl Guard Gym ahead of game number 2 of our first WDA doubleheader of the season on the PSP Network. 2-0 Mandan meets 2-0 Bismarck High. Let's take a look at the standings in the West region. No conference games have been played just yet, but plenty of undefeateds right now. Mandan, Dickinson, Legacy, Bismarck High, and Minot High all faced EDC opponents in the opening weekend and won. Century took 3 of 3 in that Remax tournament down in Wyoming. Pick any of those 10 teams, really any of those 10 teams, and you've got a shot at state this year in the WDA.
Yeah, I would think so too. It's going to be very well dispersed. Surely the top 5 teams you're seeing on there, Dickinson, I think they could be a sleeper.
Bryce Goodnick thinks the same.
Yeah, and Bismarck High, or Dickinson's, they're ranked 5th in the preseason poll in the West region, even ahead of Mandan, so it's hard to say what's going to happen. Obviously, the 2 preseason, they're not preseason, but they kind of are. In terms of those games, but Mandan's going to be there at the end. Legacy's going to be there. They're playing extremely well. Bismarck High, Century's going to be solid, and of course we know Minot. They're loaded for bear, ranked number 1 in the state, and for a reason. You saw them. Have you seen them play this year already?
Yeah, twice.
Twice already, and
again, every team this year, they have a lot of strengths, but a couple of weaknesses, and I think Minot High might be one of the few teams where depth is their biggest weakness compared to the rest of the region.
Which isn't normal for Minot, because usually there are guys that can go 8, 9 deep.
They're playing at a max 8 this season.
Okay.
Minot High currently getting set for their game against St. Mary's up there in the north side of town. We're right here in the heart of the city in Bismarck, North Dakota at Bismarck High School. It's the Demons going from left to right in their home whites.
Standing room only, I love it.
Mandan going from right to left in the road, black jerseys, white numbers, and letters. It's White against Sheldon in the circle. None of them get it, and we're going to do it over.
Is that on the official, or what's that on?
They just jumped too high, I think. One of our rare misses that we're going to see in this game. All right, there we go. Bismarck controls the tip, and we are underway with high school basketball on the PSP Network. Andre Austin dribbling with that left hand, switches to the right in the lane. Draws the foul before he could get it to Kenyatta White in that starting lineup for Bismarck, which also contains Artie Carlo as a guard, Grant Bieber, and Grady Swanson.
Yeah, Brownotter gets the first foul, and it just shows the handles that Austin has too.
On the drive, Bieber going against Sheldon. Pass deflected, does get it out to Artie Carlo, spins. Had a bit of an opening there, instead kicks it to three-point shooter Grady Swanson.
Grady Swanson, the quarterback of that Bismarck High football team, starts out with a nice look from the weak side pass to him, hits a wide open look from the baseline.
Mandan trying to break this press, they do, with very accurate passing. Open is Bradley Bearstail in the corner. We're going to see this all night, matching 3 for 3.
Right back at you, says Mandan, and our player to watch was Bradley Bearstail, but called that one.
Carlo, no good. Sheldon with the rebound. A scoreless possession there for the Demons. Sheldon stops. He's got Brownotter. Shot fake. Still going to set up that offense. Hudson Sheldon finds Brownotter again. Reverse layup, no good. Austin grabs the rebound and brings down the offense for Bismarck High. Yeah, Doug Sheldon, that was a little bit of a one-act play job right there, and Andre Austin finishes with the layup.
Official just looked at him like, nice try. Too much acting right there, Vlade. And Andre Austin made him pay.
Tell you what, how many times do you think Mandan has repped that press break? Because it looks good in their first 2 times down the court.
Yeah, that's why I say when you have Hudson Sheldon leading the break for you and getting in with that scoop and a score.
We are a minute and a half in. It's 5-5 after Sheldon makes that one from inside the lane. Bieber, oh, he's got a lane, but Bradley Bearstail slams the door.
Talked about his length, that 6'3" coming across for the help defense.
Sheldon going left. Help defense is there from White. Picks up his dribble. Sheldon finding a pass to Brownotter, and he's the last to touch it. We have a few Ryan Family Dealership replays to show you. Here's the Bearstail block.
Can you get 3 of them on here?
I don't know how many we've got. Well, there's one, and we're back to basketball. There's going to be a lot tonight.
I think there is.
A few substitutions in for Bismarck. At that last dead ball, Carlo gets the handoff from one of those new players in, Lucas McNichols. Here's Swanson, finds McNichols, baseline, pass deflected out of bounds by Hudson Sheldon.
Lucas McNichols going to be known as the little brother of Jaron McNichols, the track athlete, the senior athlete of the year for track. I mean, won 100, 200, 300 hurdles.
So Jager Meshke off the bench first for BHS. McNichols with the basketball, 5 to shoot. Carlo has it in his hands with 2. Number 2 doesn't put up a shot. Steal there by Riley Bearstail before the shot clock went off. Mandan looking for their first lead in the night on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Back up and running for the second game of the doubleheader. Sheldon finds Brown Otter. Fade away, no good. Sheldon with the putback draws the foul.
You got to box out on that weak side, and Lucas McNichol did not go over and help and find a guy to box out, and that's what Coach Wilhelm's saying is that's your responsibility. You got to go over, get that weak side rebound. Doug Shelton, that's what he's going to do. He is a banger. He's a guy that's going to get inside, going to get those extra possessions. All-state linebacker and for the Mandan Braves football team. His father's the head coach, uncle of Hudson. He calls him Unk. Called his Doug's dad Unk.
Doug goes 2 for 2 from the Serve Pro free throw line. 24/7 emergency service and trained technicians using advanced technology and specializing in fire and water cleanup and restoration. It's Serve Pro. 7-5 Braves on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. 15 minutes left in the first half. KP Eaglestaff with the basketball. Hands off to Andre Austin. Reversing again. Finds Eaglestaff alone in the corner. No good. Sheldon skies for the rebound. Pushes it up ahead to TJ Brown Otter. Here they go on the fast break with Tristan Ulmer, but a steal by the Demons.
Yeah, Carson Schumacher just in the game for the Demons, a 6'2 senior.
Austin out to Austin. That's Kalik with the basketball. Quick passing here from BHS. Finds Najee Boyd. Cut by Austin. Double team is there. Blocked by Briley, his second of the game, but Austin sticks with it.
Yeah, and he's just so strong, too. You can see he's worked on his upper body strength, so when he gets inside like that, he can really use that strength to his advantage.
Sheldon on the drive got a little too fancy on that finish. Maybe could have just gone up with the left.
Yeah, I think so.
Gets back on defense for Mandan. Kalik Austin, no, off the front of the rim. Offensive rebound, and the putback rolls off the rim, no good. That was Schumacher there with the second chance.
Yeah, giving him some energy on the offensive side glass too, but just couldn't get that lean in to go in.
Brown Otter guarded by Schumacher. Pass all the way around the three-point line to Ulmer, now skips it. Brown Otter, corner three's up and no good.
That's a good closeout by Schumacher too, though, getting a hand up, getting in the face of Brown Otter.
Few early misses from beyond the arc after these teams started hot. Wraparound pass from Eaglestaff to Schumacher. Kick out to Kalik. Jab step, drive, finds Schumacher again. All kinds of arms there. They're going to call an offensive against Kalik Austin.
Yeah, on the drive, good job by Mandan. That's one thing they're really good at doing too. Coach Brandon Schaefer coaches that so well, where you come over and you help out on that defense and you get yourself your set. You drew that offensive charge on the after the pass from Kalik.
Saw that finish by Austin a while ago on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. Into the game for Mandan. Noompa Kirky. He's got the basketball here. Spins. Finds Doug Sheldon again, top of the key. Ulmer, far side guarded by Kalik Austin. Skip pass again through the hands of Kirky. He's able to save it, but it's stolen away by Kenyatta White. Up to Austin. Back out to Bieber. Now Andre Austin for three. That form has made a lot of three-point shots.
Yeah, and so unselfish play. 4 different Demons touched it. Like you talked in like an extra pass. Huge block by Austin against Sheldon.
Yeah, Sheldon stayed down for a little bit. A foul is called against Doug Sheldon as Austin was driving, and now the line change comes in for Bismarck High.
Bismarck will play 10. Actually, they played last week. They played 13, and they all scored the game that we called against Cheyenne. Coach Wilhelm instituted this offense back in the 2019-20 year and got them to the semifinals. They were playing Davies to get a chance to get to the state tournament when everything got shut down. Where were you on that day? It's kind of one of those days in infamy to me. It's like, where were you when all of a sudden everything happened in COVID?
Freshman in high school,
Were you watching state
and
tournament
I had
then?
got sent home for spring break that day.
Okay.
Spring break that took a little bit long.
Yeah, it did, I bet.
Kirky gets it across the half-court line, picks up his dribble, and hands off to Doug Sheldon. 10-7 Bismarck on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Bears tail to Brown Otter. Brown Otter from the free throw line. Look at that spin move. Lost a hand the last touch by BHS. What could have been here for TJ Brown Otter?
Yeah, that's one thing that he's added to his game now, putting the ball in the hole. Not just a great shooter, and he is a great shooter, but he's really added to his repertoire by being able to dribble drive to the basket.
Bears tail finds Brown Otter. 3 from the wing. That one was off from the beginning. And that ball again off of the Demons.
You know, and KP Eaglestaff, give him credit. He actually had his guy boxed out, but he surely wasn't expecting that to happen.
3 on the shot clock. Ulmer traveled, so they won't get a shot off anyway.
That's the 4th turnover for the Braves. Well, the scoring we talked about isn't necessarily here because the defense is here.
Here's Jager Meshke in and out. Meshke hasn't made a 3 this season. That was actually his first attempt. Brown Otter's open. It's the ball to Riley Bearstail. Long pass to Kirky in the lane. Goes to the left. Nupa Kirky missed it. Meshke with the rebound. It is a full house here at the Carl Gard Gym. The only seat you can get is standing on the track that wraps around this place. Carlo from the left side of the lane. It's good, Artie Carlo.
Well, his game really has stepped up too. Coach Wilhelm moved him into the starting lineup since Weston Scott's been injured now this year, and he's really a good-looking ball player, averaging 9 points a game, at 9 in each of the first and second game. Just doesn't turn it over. Good shooter, 4 of 7 from 3. Plays good, solid defense.
If you're Artie Carlo and you get an opportunity like that, day one, it just happens that you're the fill-in, the new starter. You take that as kind of a goal. Hey, I'm not even going to let this up. I'm going to stay in this lineup when it comes time to decide.
Well, he's sure hoping that's what's going to happen, right?
TJ Brown Otter, no good.
Yeah, going to be a push, I think, on the weak side on Grant Bieber, who got the start tonight. Question is, you know, all of Bismarck High is hoping that Weston Scott gets back, and we mentioned, you know, he had the surgery I think last Monday. That Jones fracture. It's on the outside of the foot. That's where in recovery. That's where the long bone and I think it's the 5th metatarsal. They say it can take several weeks to several months. So they're hoping that they can have him back for that West Region tournament.
Sheldon and Kirky battling there on the block, just short, rolls off the rim. Austin, who was guarding him, gets the rebound. Demons leading by 5, their largest advantage tonight. Sheldon flies out of bounds on the drive, but a missed shot by Grady Swanson. Second chance for the Demons. How about Najee Boyd? That's no good. A third chance for Bismarck, and Bieber can't connect. Now a long pass up to Brown Otter. Open space and a layup.
And that's what Hudson Sheldon gives to you. All-state quarterback. He just threw a baseball pass the length of the court for a finish by Brown Otter.
Austin couldn't get that one to roll into the cup. Now rolling on the floor, picks the ball back up for Bismarck. Austin again on the hardwood, keeps it alive.
The activity defensively is huge.
Here goes Nupa Kirky.
Well, Nupa Kirky, we talked about him as he's shown defense right there as he gets the pick and finishes with the left hand.
How about this for Nupa Kirky? You mentioned he comes from Bismarck Century last year, but the year before that, his freshman year, All Nations Football Conference 9B champions with the Lower Brule Sioux of South Dakota.
Oh, there's a big boy rebound there. Hudson Sheldon way up over everybody.
Top of the key, Briley Bearstail not going to turn down that shot, but misses it. Kirky a little aggressive there, gets called for the foul.
Yeah, Kirky on the football side, you know, he came in when they needed somebody. When Brody Skalski got hurt for Mandan, he came in and he had a great handful of games for Mandan from a running back spot and really kept Mandan going and their momentum going into the playoffs.
Corner 3, it's good. Kalik Austin from downtown.
Kalik Austin right in front of the tuba with the quick 3.
They got to get a quick little note in there every time they hit a 3, like a touchdown in college football, if that's legal or not. Foul called against the Demons. Here's a lob that goes off of one of the side hoops, and that one might be one of the most awkward turnovers Hudson Sheldon's ever going to have.
I didn't see it. It hit that's like the hoop way up
yeah,
high.
it hit the hoop that's hanging up in the ceiling.
How did it get that high?
It was. They were looking for the lob play to Ulmer. Yeah, it went off the side of that hoop.
Okay, that probably doesn't come into play unless you're punting inside the gym.
Austin shuffling. Will they count the shot? Yes, they will, and one for Andre Austin.
So strong off the dribble on this one. You can see he works his way through the defense, and then just that strength draws the foul. Hudson Sheldon's kind of going, I don't know about that one there, sir. He's so nice. He's always smiling. He's one of those guys that just keeps smiling. And as a guy playing against him, it kind of POs you, right? Quit smiling at me.
Especially after you just threw it off the side hoop.
I know.
Free throw is no good. Rebound went to Kalik Austin. 17-11 BHS on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Your life is busy. That's why they'll make managing your money easy. With locations in North Dakota, Minnesota, and Arizona, find them online at bnc.bank. Sheldon on the drive.
Hudson Sheldon, he just gets in that lane. He's so hard to stop. His first points of the game.
His second layup.
Okay, good for you. I didn't have any other layup, so a little behind.
Kalik Austin stepping even farther back. This time misses it. Sheldon gets the ball from Ulmer. Breaks the press all alone and then throws it ahead for Andre Austin. He's taking a lot of hits today as Hudson Sheldon. Austin thinking step back 3. Now he's going to get an open look. Oh, that one was halfway down.
Oh, that's a heartbreak hotel right there, too. The rims are too stiff.
Inside of 8 minutes left in half number 1 from Carl Gard Gym at Bismarck, North Dakota. Travel called against Mandan's Tristan Ulmer, the senior forward.
Yeah, Tristan's not that three-point threat. So you got to recognize that, okay, get yourself in position when you catch it to shoot. Maybe that's a 15-foot jump shot.
Open 3 from Grant Bieber. It's like they didn't know he was on the court.
7 threes leads the Demons with him and Kalik Austin on the season, and good looking set shooter for Grant Bieber getting his first start of the year in place of Ross Fisher, who injured his ankle against West Fargo.
Sheldon looking to drive again. He will. Puts up a shot. That one is good.
Was that floating across the face of the defense, goes up off his left or his right foot or left-footed and throws it up with the left hand.
Carlo on the other end, no good. Brown Otter grabs the rebound. Tell you what, just jump higher than everybody's the key there.
And it works. Hudson Sheldon second in the state high jump at 6'7". Speaking of multi-sport athletes, an all-state shortstop and pitcher for the Mandan Braves baseball team.
It's really too bad our Ryan Family Dealerships replay is always one play behind. That was a nice finish by Sheldon. Might see it here. Nope. Doug Sheldon back in the game for Mandan. He passes to Hudson all the way around the globe, and no good.
John didn't set up my favorite. Not only is the screen's my favorite toy, but when I got to do a wrestling match and I got to do the replays, when he set up that it doesn't work. What's that? I know it's not with your computer, but boy, you got to get Nick to get that set up for you where it is money. You don't accidentally hit the wrong button. It's not that you're doing that. I'm not telling you are. So Bieber has 2 fouls.
Sheldon with 8 points.
So what do you got, TJ Browner, or how many points you have him with?
2.
So I had Browner with 2. That he's the one who made one of the layups.
Hudson made that first layup. Austin out to Carlo. Keeping them outside the lane is this Braves defense. Here's an open three for Bieber. Missed it. Offensive rebound, though, goes to Kenyatta White. Kalik to Andre. Out to Bieber. How about another one? No good. Rebound again goes to Kenyatta White. History repeating itself.
Deja vu, right?
Austin, crafty finish, but couldn't get it to go. Sheldon, driving kick to Brownotter. Extra pass, Bradley Bearstail. Walked before dribbling.
Yeah, and Bismarck is putting that pressure later as Mandan's getting those extra passes, but now
Here's the
there is the one
finish.
right there, the beautiful look right there. Keep that one in mind for the spas, etc. move of the game. That was pretty. Remember that one.
Three on the way from Schumacher. Drains it.
Carson Schumacher, first three of the season.
There we go. He had some drums after that one.
Hey,
they're
exactly.
catching on.
He must have heard you.
Kirky. No. Demons with a 6-point lead. Haven't had much of a lead today, but they've been in front all night long. Battle on the rebound there. It's going to be a foul against Doug Sheldon.
Boy, and give Carson Schumacher credit. Man, he's playing really well. 6'2", big, wide body going against an all-state football player in Doug Sheldon. And he's showing, saying, hey, I got some strength too. Doug's going to have to come out. He's got 2 personal fouls. Ulmer will come back in, another all-state football player.
16 fouls against the Demons, 5 on the Braves. Out to enter that 1-and-1 bonus territory. Stepping into a three is Grady Swanson, and hitting said three is Grady Swanson.
Good look by KP Eaglestaff, an extra skip pass.
First International Bank and Trust timeout on the floor.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
Today's broadcast of high school basketball on the PSP Network is brought to you in part by Shields of Minot and Bismarck. They have every sporting good possible along with footwear and fashion. Shop online at shields.com, a proud supporter of the PSP Network's mission of promoting local athletes. Hockey on the air on Thursday and another triple header of basketball on Friday here on the network. Yeah, it is standing room only here inside the Carl Guard gym. Find some room on the track. Maybe take a couple laps during timeouts, too.
You could, for sure. On the other PSP channel, Legacy leads Minot North at the end of the half, 33-23. So North kind of hanging in there. Davies over Red River, 39-32 at half. And Century just walking over Jamestown, 60-12 with 2 minutes left in the first half.
North's go to score feed, keeping us up to date with those out-of-town scores. Didn't report any of the girls' finals. Again, there was an interesting one between Minot High and St. Mary's. We'll get you that one very shortly. Mandan, though, on offense as we return to basketball here from Bismarck. Brownotter on the drive, draws the foul.
That was a 63-54 victory for Minot over St. Mary's, so that was a battle.
Town with a win.
I tell you, that's what St. Mary's, they're a team to be reckoned with. They got a lot of scrappy ball players.
Bonus here for TJ Brownotter. Misses it. 17-26, Mandan trailing Bismarck on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Long pass to Boyd. He's able to collect it. Oh, he threw it off of Brownotter, and then it hit him on the way out of bounds. Let's try this Ryan Family Dealerships replay thing again. Nope.
Way high in the air to kind of bring that one down. Just the third turnover of the Demons. So neither team, they're taking care of the basketball. And we talked about pushing it against a pressure defense. And when you got a Hudson Sheldon and a senior leader-led team that have gone against this a lot, this pressure for Bismarck High, they're getting used to it.
All kinds of arms there around the hoop, all kinds of shots that get missed.
Good rebound by Ulmer, just couldn't finish it.
Behind the back dribble by Meshke. Controls it. Here goes Eaglestaff carrying that basketball to the hoop. Draws the foul. Sheldon saying he had the position there for a charge.
Had to have his feet inside the restricted area.
And we got a
the other
big
officials,
delay on the replays here.
Did we get a yeah.
We'll try it. Oh, they changed the call.
The official came in from left field and made the call. Coach Willem doesn't like it at all, saying, really?
Oh, here's Boyd's play. Yeah, I don't know why we're a play behind on that.
So we should still have it somewhere.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So who'd they call the foul on then?
Eaglestaff. Oh, wait, no, they said that was on 3. Carson Schumacher.
No, that's not right. They're now
there
it's on Eaglestaff.
They're a few minutes behind there in the scoring table,
Right.
too. Everybody's a little bit of delayed here, including the three-point shooting success for Mandan.
And Bismarck High.
Meshke from the middle of the lane, no good. Sheldon with the rebound. Sheldon finds Brownotter wide open for 2.
And that's what you do. You look over the top because ultimately Bismarck, so many times they have 5 guys in the front court. And if you can leak somebody behind and have a guy like Hudson Sheldon to see it.
Cuts the deficit to 7. Bismarck ahead 26-19. Eaglestaff in and out again.
It's a little flat.
Long pass to Kirky. Kirky gets the ball back out to nobody. It was a blind pass picked up by Jagger Meshke.
I think he was expecting Ulmer to cut.
Hand off to KP Eaglestaff. One-handed pass right across the court to Artie Carlo, who's set up for 3. Also no good. Eaglestaff offensive rebound.
They got a lid on it right now.
Finds Swanson. Swanson to Carlo. Puts the ball on the court. Pass out to Meshke. 15 on the shot clock. Eaglestaff foot on the line as Sheldon gambled for the steal. Oh, put back by Swanson, gets stuffed by the rim.
Third chance, though, for Bismarck High in this possession.
Eaglestaff going to drive. Draw the foul and get 2 shots.
Eaglestaff, the cousin of the Mr. Basketball Eaglestaff that played here for the Bismarck High not too long ago, and now a star at UND. Trayson.
KP misses the first. 6'3" junior guard. That's his first miss from the Surf Pro free throw line this season. 24/7 emergency service and trained technicians. Advanced technology and specializing in fire and water cleanup and restoration at Serve Pro. Magic Towing halftime report coming up next on the PSP Network.
You think he's a North Carolina fan? With the shoes?
That's a good guess.
Like, why would he speak?
Sheldon picks up the basketball. Back out to Riley Bearstail. Again on the drive. Missed the left-handed layup.
That was just a good defense by Austin again, though, Andre.
Kenyatta White's his first points.
And Kenyatta White is his 4th offensive rebound, so that's what he does. He just gets rebounds, creates extra possessions for the Demons. This time he finished it.
Bismarck's bench gets on their feet for a big-time defensive possession, but Riley Bearstail ends it with points.
Yeah, and a pocket pass by Hudson Sheldon, lefty in the lane.
Carlo spins past Bearstail and then gets it stolen away. Up to Briley. Cuts the deficit to 6 points with 2 minutes to go in the half.
Mandan pushing it on offense. Turnover, missed basket. They like pace, just like the Demons do.
Kalik takes an extra dribble. Gets his own rebound. Staying with the play, but another missed layup.
I don't know if it's the presence of Hudson Sheldon around or what is it, but the Demons missing a lot of good looks.
Inside and out. Kirky. Second chance, that's no good after Carlo fell down.
2 good looks, got to make that.
Austin, up to Kalik Austin. Carlo evaluating and has that pass deflected. Mandan moving the ball up the court. 70 seconds to go in the first half. Brownotter faces up the defense, throws a wild pass picked off by Grant Bieber. Kalik, oh my. A mile away, no good.
Might have been a little bit too far outside there.
That was a volleyball line three-pointer.
Yeah, the freshman not afraid to.
Speaking about not afraid, behind the back dribble still collected at Hudson Sheldon.
I mean, he is just at full speed dribbling the basketball. He just puts so much pressure on you on the defensive side because he just comes at you with such pace.
Sheldon at the Serve Pro free throw line.
First free or foul on Andre Austin. Hudson maybe a little tired with those legs right now.
We got the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. Nope, that's still the charge. For 50 years, Ryan has been a trusted name for car buyers in Western North Dakota. Shop their entire inventory online at driveryan.com.
9 points for Hudson Sheldon.
29-24 Bismarck. Thank you for joining us tonight on the PSP Network. Subscribe to the YouTube channel to stay up to date on all of our broadcasts. Here's a three for number 3, Carson Schumacher, his second of the game.
Schumacher, even a guy in his face too. Good minutes off the bench for Schumacher, only averaging 2 a game. He's got 2 threes.
Foul on Meshke in the backcourt.
You know, and that's what Sheldon does. He sees you're backpedaling, and what does he? He just goes right at you, creates contact, knows they're in the double bonus, so he can get back to the other lane or get back and shoot some more free throws. That's just senior leadership, knowing what to do next.
Short on the first of 2 free throw attempts is Hudson Sheldon.
3 of 5 now from the free throw line. 5 of 8 for the Braves in the first half.
Sheldon the first into double figures tonight.
And get Brownotter out of there. That was Meshke's first.
Ryan Bitts new into the game for Mandan for the last 23 seconds of this first half. Bismarck trying to add a little bit to that lead before the break. Schumacher, he's drained 2 threes already in the half. Andre Austin hasn't scored in what seems like 10 minutes.
He's saying, get out of the way.
He's going to go to the right side. Defensive presence there from Briley Bearsdale. Second chance from Austin, swatted by Hudson Sheldon.
Big time from behind.
And that's how the first half will end. Even though we still saw 57 points in that first half, might not be as many as we thought between Mandan and Bismarck. Magic Towing halftime report coming up next.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
The foundation of the financial planning approach at Legacy Financial Partners is a personal relationship. Our unique and collaborative approach to financial planning starts with your dreams, not just the numbers. We will work with you regularly to take action to update your plan as your needs evolve, recommending products and services that are right for your situation.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Shields Visa is more than just a card. It's the freedom to go. It's a gateway to explore and do more of what you love. Imagine where the Shields Visa can take you. So join us in discovering endless possibilities. Shields Visa. Together, we've got this.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about magic towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
Time for the Magic Towing halftime report on the PSP Network. Remember their phone number, 701-509-4011. There's no job too big or too small for Magic Towing serving Western North Dakota. How about this? We had during our ad break, somebody here in the gym said they saw themselves on TV. One of our PSP Network sponsors says, hey, that's me. Who was that again?
Jody. He actually double sponsor because he's also an owner of a lodge, and the lodge, they do a lot of stuff for us with Scott Woodmansey here. I know we can't potentially have we're trying to work on something. They have been able to do some stuff for tournaments because they serve food as well, and so it was just crazy. What timing, right? He walks by and here's he goes, oh, who's that guy? Good looking guy, he said.
We thank all of our sponsors here on the PSP Network. Bismarck High 32, Mandan 25. Let's get into those individual numbers right away from a first half that was full of defense.
It really was. For the Mandan Braves, Hudson Sheldon already in double figures with 10. He's got 3 field goals, and then he's 4 of 6 from the free throw line. 5 for Briley Bearstail on a 3 and a 2. 4 for TJ Brownouter. He's got 2 buckets. No threes in the first half, though, and missed his only a free throw attempt. Riley Bearstail has just a bucket, as does Doug Sheldon and Noon Pakirki for their total of 25 points. They have just 1 3 in the first half for the Mandan Braves and 6 for 8 from the free throw line. For the Demons, 8 threes for them. They were led by the 9 of Andre Austin. He's got a 3 twos, but he did miss his only free throw attempt in that first half. 6 for a trio of Bismarck High Demons, Carson Schumacher, Grant Bieber, and Grady Swanson, and they all have 2 threes apiece. Kalik Austin has a 3 for his only bucket of the first half. Kenyatta White on a rebound putback. He's got 2 points. And then KP Eaglestaff is 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. 8 threes, as I mentioned, for the Demons. 1 of 3 from the free throw line is all for Bismarck High. So Mandan staying out of foul trouble. Doug Sheldon has a couple in that first half. He sat late. I have Carson Schumacher and Grant Bieber each with 2, and I think I missed a couple because I think they had 10 3, and I only have 8. So anyway, it's 32-25. It's been a battle back and forth. It was tied at 7. It was 12-11. and kind of sense that Bismarck High had a little kind of 17-14 run, if you want to call it that. 15-11 the first 9 minutes, 17-14. So just kind of slowly kind of getting a little bit bigger lead, and we'll see how Mandan starts the second half.
Yeah, you've mentioned all those threes that Bismarck did make, but obviously the percentage not as high as their start to this season. You think at halftime they can kind of just say, okay, that was that, we have the lead, but we can really hang our hat on that defensive side and feel good about that first
Well, they're
half.
going to feel 100% good because, yes, it's about scoring points, but it's about winning. It doesn't matter how you win. I know Coach Willem is very proud of the fact that you held a Mandan team to just 25 points in that first half, and they just played hard defense that really didn't get into the bonus until maybe the last 3 minutes, which was big because Bismarck High has a tendency sometimes with that defensive pressure. They got 10 fouls within the first 9 minutes, and you're shooting bonus. So I like to flow a lot better in that first half than some of the games we've done for Bismarck High.
32-25 Demons at the half on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. How about scoreboards from around the rest of the state, specifically in the WDA? Thanks to North Dakota Score Feed for the updates. Elsewhere on the PSP Network tonight, Bismarck Legacy a 40-31 lead over Minot North. The Sentinels hanging around. They're just that interesting team. We haven't ever seen them before, but they might just win a couple games they're not supposed to.
Yeah.
Might lose a couple games they shouldn't either. But
and how's their gym, by the way?
It is big. No track. I've heard from a lot of people, well, does it have a track around the gym? Apparently that's just become commonplace in North Dakota these days.
When you look at this gym here, I mean, how much of a difference it makes just in the ambiance. And then when if you get a chance to see the new Mandan gym with the track where you enter it from, up, it's really slick. And so I'm just curious to see what Minot did for that gym.
A lot of seats, no track. And I just got to say this. I'm maybe a little bit old school or that, but the number one team in Class B right now, their gym, you probably couldn't fit an indoor track in it. They're in Wilton Wing. That thing, there's no space left.
I played there for sure. You almost don't have a three-point line.
No, I mean, if you run out the baseline, you might hit yourself on one of those not padded walls there in Wilton.
Just saying, right?
Second half coming up next on the PSP Network.
The foundation of the
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of Finland Civic. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Our stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair. Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with the hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7. Pressure. Points. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's the spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Today's broadcast of high school basketball on the PSP Network, brought to you in part by Planet Pizza. There's no pizza like it. Call now at 701-852-1700 to place an order. Serving the Magic City for over 25 years. That's Planet Pizza. Also want to say thanks to Shields of Minot and Bismarck. They have every sporting good possible along with footwear and fashion. Shop online at shields.com, a proud supporter of the PSP Network's mission of promoting local athletes.
So do you go to Planet Pizza a lot in Minot?
For the sake of them being a sponsor, yes.
I wish we had one here potentially because, man, all I hear is people, they talk about all their pizza and how good it is. And, man, I think I've had it one time.
I might have had it like 3 times, but there was a PSP Network birthday party there the other night. 3 up from Hudson Sheldon, no good as we start the second half.
I thought I was going to have to get big and get the guys in front of me to sit down.
Not the sousaphones this time. Baseline pass to Artie Carlo, picked off by Bradley Bearstail. Stop at a score when you're down at halftime. That's the focus. Hudson Sheldon finds Riley Bearstail. Now Briley with it. Carlo with the block from behind. stays with the Braves. TJ Brownotter for 3-0 but net.
Yeah, and give Bearstail credit because he got blocked. And then instead of trying to go up and force it again, he saw a wide open Brownotter in the corner or in that left wing for a good look. His first 3 of the game.
Corner 3 from Bieber. Off back iron. Carlo offensive rebound. Tell you what, these teams have been all about second chances today.
Bismarck,
haven't always made them, though.
No, Bismarck High hits the glass hard, so does Mandan.
Carlo inside the three-point arc. Nope, missed it.
You know, it's just different. When everybody, if Hudson Sheldon gets the rebound, it's a goal. Everybody takes off. Everybody else is kind of a stalemate.
Sheldon catches down with one hand. Mandan down 28-32 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Pass to Doug Sheldon. 10 on the shot clock, guarded by Kenyatta White. Pass goes to Riley Bearstail. 5 seconds to get a shot up. He does with the left hand. Oh, that was smooth.
Well, what a great move. He shows the ball to Grant Bieber, and then he drop step and spins to his left hand.
Down to a 2-point game. Sheldon might tie it. Get ready. Only one half of the gym is cheering.
That was a big one. A little double pump. We haven't seen that one from Hudson Sheldon. 6th jam of the year for Hudson Sheldon.
Oh, there you go, Nick. There's one from Hudson Sheldon tonight. Chance for the lead for the Braves. Brownotter controls it.
7-0 run for the Braves to start the second half.
Drive and kick to Riley Bearstail. And that one would have been huge for the Braves' confidence.
I got a lot of Mandan Braves opposite.
Missed shot on the other end by Bismarck. Yet to score in this second half. Hudson Sheldon gets the ball back. Behind the back dribble. Riley Bearstail, pull up 3, no.
Sheldon got pushed by Grady Swanson, quarterback against quarterback.
Here's Swanson on the offensive side, right in his face.
Third 3, he said, take that, All-Stater.
I think we've got a battle going on right now. Hudson Sheldon and Grady Swanson, because Swanson just stole it away. Bieber, no.
Demon was going to get the house down on that one.
One of the Bearstails picks up that basketball. Doug Sheldon steps into an open 3. Also no good, but a second chance for Mandan. Oh, look at that pass to Brownotter. Just couldn't finish. Would have been a great assist.
Yeah, good look, good cut, everything. Just a bad finish.
Andre Austin to Kenyatta White. 3 from the wing. Rolls out no good.
Kenyatta White, first attempt this season.
And now things start to calm down a little bit here in the Carl Garden.
The loneliest job is right here tonight, the shot clock operator.
There's a 3, good for Riley Bearstail.
Riley Bearstail, his first 3 of the game, 6 of the season.
Yeah, we haven't had any problem with the shot clock.
No.
You're ready. You get as many reps watching Bismarck basketball as he does. Usually no problem. Pass is knocked down. 2 in a matter of minutes. 2 hands.
Deja vu from Hudson Sheldon and a turnover. He looks over at the Mandan crowd and like, here we go.
I just wish we had the Ryan Family Dealerships replays up and running, because he tried a bit of a windmill here. This is the 3 from Swanson. We might just keep it here. I'm going to figure this out at some point.
That's too bad, because they had 2 good dunks there for Hudson Sheldon. Well, you know what you'll have to do? You'll have to go back and watch. That's the one nice thing about PSP is we got a replay. You have to watch the full replay. And I'm going to guess, no matter what happens by the end of the game, that Nick might cut. He might cut those 2 dunks and post them out on the internet for people to watch.
Yeah, you're going to see them back to back. I just want to see that replay, because you saw him go down with the basketball and back up. It was like he thought midway, we're going to try it.
What he was talking about to us after the last game was he was talking about a reverse
Here we
dunk.
go. Here we go. The second one of 2 from Hudson Sheldon.
There's the Ryan Family Dealership replay. A little bit of pump right there.
A little bit. 37-35 Mandan.
First lead of the game for the Braves.
Steal by Bismarck, and then a foul immediately after by TJ Brownotter.
Take down, a little bit of energy that came in by Jagger Meshke. That's what he does. He comes in, just brings a lot of energy. Played some football too. I love it that you got a kid, that undersized kid, one of the favorite players in the team. The kids loved him.
Riley Bearstail plucks that basketball out of the air.
Read that all the way, just kind of laying in wait on that one.
Ulmer sets a screen for Sheldon. Stops his dribble. Riley Bearstail near side. Spins against Kalik Austin. Before the shot, it's a travel against Riley Bearstail.
I think he just shuffled the feet a little bit as he tried to do a jump stop, and when he did, he just shuffled him just a hair. Good defense by Kalik Austin.
All alone in the top of the key is Lucas McNichols, but couldn't hit the shot.
Didn't it look like when he shot that he didn't think he had a chance to make it either?
There's
he was
a little bit of that.
He was chasing it down already before he even released it almost.
Sheldon in the paint, down to Bearstail again. Briley to Riley for three, short. Brownotter with a putback, that was fast.
He's had a couple shots underneath the basket like that he really should have converted on.
Stepping way outside the three-point line to guard Andre Austin. Kalik has the basketball, now Najee Boyd. Jagger Meshke right in front of his own bench. Again, can't get it to drop. Bismarck has 3 points in almost 6 minutes.
Yeah, and everybody was standing up. They thought that one was good. It looked like it was on the mark.
Brownotter goes left, hands off to Sheldon, coming downhill, stopped by Boyd. Jump pass, Tristan Ulmer in front of his bench. Fires up the crowd.
Long, high three-pointer in the corner on the assist by Hudson Sheldon. That if you think back to football, the Sheldon to Ulmer finish, that happened a lot. I think there was 9 touchdowns between those two guys in a season.
Again, the net got a little bit stuck. Mandan, a 40-35 lead. Gives us time to remind you that at Ryan Dealerships, the commitment and respect for their customers is as strong today as it was 50 years ago. Experience the difference when you visit their dealerships in Minot or Williston.
15-3 run to start this second half for the Braves.
Kalik Austin, another volleyball line three. This time it's good.
And he even had Riley Bearstail in his face. That was a big one. They needed that one bad, Owen.
Demons still down by 2. You can see a little speed get back into this Bismarck defense after a shot like that. Things got really slow for a while there.
Yeah, just picture team up defensively. The crowd screaming, "He's a freshman." Now they're screaming, "Chuck, quit singing."
Maybe they aren't.
Maybe they're not. John Haugen was.
Nupakirky back in the game for Mandan. Passes to Riley Bearstail. Here's Sheldon again. That one-handed catch. Finds Ulmer through contact for 2.
And what a slip pass for Hudson Sheldon down to Ulmer. I like what he did. He's rolled and went right to the basket, expecting the pass.
Kalik, no. There's a foul on the rebound attempt against the Braves. You think anything has changed since halftime, or is it just the fact that Mandan is now making shots? Was there many adjustments made?
Well, there's always adjustments made, right? But ultimately, at Bismarck High, they have not made shots. They've had some turnovers in the second half. 4 turnovers for the Demons that have turned into, 2 of them have turned into dunks. And of course, now you get Mandan kind of all amped up after you get the Hudson Sheldon dunk.
Kalik, runner off 1 foot, gets his own rebound. Out to Andre Austin for 3. That rattles in.
Little brother to big brother, as Andre was just laying in wait outside that top of the key on that rebound dish out by little brother Kalik.
Coach Wilhelm getting into a deep defensive stance right now on that bench. As Sheldon gets to the block, kicks it out, Riley Bearstail. Shot fake, 1 dribble, pull up, no good. Wide left. Austin out to Grant Bieber, the junior.
Ross Fisher out tonight, so there's one of their all-state defenders that they're hurt by not being on the floor.
Contested 3 there that Austin misses. Sheldon again able to dribble away from the press. Kirky full speed ahead, gives the ball to Ulmer. He's been clutch in this second half.
You know, if there was such a thing as a hockey assist, Hudson Sheldon got a hockey assist because he's the guy who pushed it forward.
Bieber with the answer. 3 ball.
4 threes for the Demons in this second half.
It's been all their offense.
Another tie.
Sheldon backing down Carlo, rips the ball free. Ulmer, long skip pass to Kirky. Oh, that was a pass that was read all the way by Andre Austin. Out to Kalik Austin. They connect again.
Rebound, and they pushed it back on the other way. Excuse me, on that steal. A 3-on-2 dish out to, this time from big brother to little brother, Kalik.
Pass is stolen by Austin. Oh, they called him on a foul. And that's going to amp
Coach
some
Wilhelm
people
hates
up
that.
here.
Look at, he is not happy. I'd like to see the replay on that one.
You might have to wait about 5 minutes. We took the instant out of instant replay tonight.
That's good.
Still a conversation happening there in front of the Bismarck's bench.
Who'd they call the foul? They called it on. Oh, they did. Okay. So my question was he going to put it with a jam for the freshman? That was a good series or minutes there for.
There, Bismarck gets the steal. Swanson leading the way, gives it back to Carlo, way off balance. Missed it.
Yeah, that might have been a force there.
They had the numbers, wanted to get that layup. Sheldon holds up the offense, gets to the short corner. Ulmer in the middle. Ulmer, pull up, off the back iron.
Ulmer's had good minutes, though. He's got 7 in this to start this second half.
His only points of the game. Meshke is fouled there by Sheldon. It's already number 3 against Mandan.
Bismarck High just 1 foul this second half. That's crazy. That's un-Bismarck High-like.
Here you go. Here's that call. The Kalik foul.
Ouch. The official probably didn't want us to show that one.
Oh, sorry. the state wanted to see it. Well, we've got a lot of people here on the PSP network.
The fans have chosen.
Hey. Artie Carlo to the hoop. 49-44 Bismarck. On the BNC National Bank scoreboard, they have the lead back. Ulmer definitely thought about that. Oh, what a pass to Kirky. Gives it to Brown Otter, in and out, no good.
A good hustle from the top of the key for Eaglestaff to get that rebound.
Now Eaglestaff on offense. KP, 4-3.
Well, what an answer for the Demons. They were down 42-38, and they've turned this into a 14-2 run.
First International Bank and Trust, timeout on the floor.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change-anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Let's come back from this First International Bank and Trust timeout. I want to thank another one of our sponsors on the PSP Network, Minot State University, with more than 96% of recent Minot State grads employed or continuing their education. MSU grads get jobs, period. Be seen, be heard by you. And MSU, that's Minot State
that's you.
University. That is me. I am seen and heard at Minot State.
Finals this week, though, huh? And next week? When's your next final?
Tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow at 3. Yeah, I got a Wednesday afternoon one. That one's.
What's that one in?
Oh, it's just another one of those communication major.
You ready for that one?
It's an easy one.
All right.
It's an easy one. Just got to talk a little bit. When you're a communications major, pretty much all you need to do is talk.
All right.
Thrown blindly back into the court by Hudson Sheldon, and I mean, he was not even looking where he threw that. Had to get into the Bismarck High student section. Not a fun place to be if you're a Mandan Brave tonight. Sheldon right down the middle. That's his third of the night, and that one was the most unexpected.
Underhand pass to him as he went right down that right side of the lane. So smooth.
Nick's got a ton of highlights to cut today. Andre Austin, oh, nice dribble there. 3 is airballed though. Kirky gets the board. Sheldon 3 dunks in the second half. TJ Brownotter for 3.
He can feel that. That's double digits for him now. Good pass to him in the corner and quick release for TJ.
Kenyatta, sorry, that's Najee Boyd. Number 21, not number 12. Oh, Bieber from the long distance. 3-point game, 52-49 Bismarck on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Sheldon evaluating. Hands off to Tristan Ulmer.
It's like Sheldon's always
Sheldon
in
gets
control.
it back for 3. Everywhere on the floor.
He's feeling it right now, and he is a difference maker, Hudson Sheldon, no question about it.
He's having some conversations with some folks up on the track. I don't know if they're Bismarck or Mandan people. This might be the dunk.
It is.
Yeah, here we go.
He's got that little clutch now. He's working on that one, the two-hand clutch. I don't know if he can palm the ball.
Schumacher hands off to Kalik Austin. Nice close out there from Riley Bairsteel to take away the 3-point shot.
He's going to get a reach in probably from Kirky in the backside as an underhand shuffle pass down low to, I think it was to Andre, or no, it's to Schumacher. They call it on Kirky, yep. So just 1 team foul for the Demons this second half, 4 for the Braves.
Kalik Austin off the bounce.
I think that might have got tipped.
Kirky with another rebound. He's probably got 10 of those tonight.
An 8-0 run here for Mandan after that timeout.
Sheldon gets fouled. It was Schumacher and Meschke over there.
We knew this was going to be a battle. We talked about it, the battle of the bigs. What is Bismarck? What do we say, 3? Are they 3 in the state or 2? Bismarck High is number 2. Mandan's number 5.
Sheldon thinking about it. Steps through. He wants the ball back. Yeah.
Oh, he should have gave it to him, right?
Brownotter, though, falling down. He's going to get 3 shots.
Artie Carlo coming over and helping out and ran into Carlo or ran into Brownotter.
24/7 emergency service and trained technicians using advanced technology and specializing in fire and water cleanup and restoration at Serve Pro. Here comes 3 shots for TJ Brownotter. Misses the first. Has a chance to give Mandan the lead back in this second half. They started out so hot out of that Magic Towing halftime report. But not to say they've gone cold recently.
Ooh, they've gone cold in the free throw line.
Well, yeah.
He's 0 of 3 now. And you look at for the season, TJ just 1 of 2 coming into the game. And I had a comment about free throws. If it comes down to that, Bismarck High only shooting 64% as a team. Mandan 76 as a team, but not so much tonight. In the second half, at least.
Brownotter at least makes 1. Mandan has the advantage at 53-52. Just 5 minutes and 48 seconds remain in the ball game.
Brownotter has 11 now. Sheldon with 19.
Boyd goes to the left, stops at the free throw line, back out to KP Eaglestaff. He's on the move. And off to Grady Swanson. It's that Swanson-Sheldon matchup tonight, at least in the second half.
Mandan knows what this means.
It's a pass out to Swanson. Back to Eaglestaff. Andre Austin's all alone. They needed to get him the ball. Instead, it's stolen. Sheldon doesn't get the breakaway this time.
It's a bad turnover. They had some open guys right there.
Lost it on the other end of the court. They set it up to Sheldon at the top of the key. Stops at the elbow. Pass to Brownotter. Open for an extra second. Drills it.
Took his time, too. Found the laces. Rainbow 3 in for TJ Brownotter.
Swanson on the other side. No good. Riley Bairsteel with the rebound. Third 3 of the second half for TJ Brownotter.
Well, Andre Austin's gone cold, too. He hit a 3 to start the second half, and he has not scored since. Has not had a lot of touches.
Yeah, 24 points per game to start the season, 10 in this contest.
Now, He's also guarding Hudson Sheldon.
Yeah.
All game he's been doing it.
Not close enough there. Hudson Sheldon for 3.
Well, Hudson's heating up now. Did not even attempt a 3 until the last 2 minutes of this game.
59-52 Mandan. Here's KP. No good. The rebound goes to Mandan. Credit that to Riley Bearstail, our Press Switch Orthodontics player to watch. 4 minutes left of basketball tonight from Bismarck High School. WDA conference opener for these two teams. Both undefeated, both in the top 5 according to the media. Sheldon gives it right back to Riley Bearstail. 8 on the shot clock. 3's no good.
He looked at him and said, shoot it.
Yeah.
Give it right back to him, and I don't know if that was the right call.
Yeah.
We tried to instill some confidence, right?
Najee Boyd with Sheldon leaping at him.
High in the air. There's no question that he adjusted that shot a little bit. Hudson's a little tired right now. I can see he's just kind of trying to walk up, and they puts his hands on his knees now.
A timeout called by Brandon Schaefer. Mandan will take a timeout as well. 3.5 left. 59-52 Mandan on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
Today, we deliver more wonderful birthdays at Trinity Health Family Birth Center. We offer all new private, family-centered suites. Our maternity team provides more personalized support, advanced care, and the reassurances of a NICU and a neonatologist on staff. Take a virtual tour at trinityhealth.org/Family Birth Center. Trinity Health, making more possible.
Well, if you're liking what you're seeing tonight on the PSP Network, remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel right now. And also follow at Network PSP on Facebook and X. Don't miss another game this season. 300 live broadcasts this winter on the PSP Network.
That's crazy. On the BNC National Bank scoreboard, big Legacy over North, 54-45. 4 minutes left in that game. Let's see who else. Willis Dickinson all over Williston now, so we wondered who Williston really was. Well, that was the girls I guess, is 3-0, so Dickinson's up by 33 at half there. Minot up 52 over St. Mary's in the second half. By 52.
Oh, wow. Back to basketball here in Bismarck. Hudson Sheldon with it. New shot clock for Mandan after getting a bit of a breather. 2 timeouts left for the Braves. 4 remain for Jordan Wilhelm's Bismarck Demons. All the way around the three-point line. Back to the hot hand. Not so hot there. Austin spins. Oh, Hudson Sheldon. He thought, at least Austin did, well, let's finish out this play. Austin thought that he had fooled Sheldon once, but you gotta fool him twice.
So quick off the bounds. I mean, he went up in the air. He came down. Andre Austin thought he had him fooled, thought it was a wide open layup, and Sheldon a quick back up in the air, ripping it away, and then going all the way to the other end and drawing a foul.
The Serve Pro free throw line. It's the senior Hudson Sheldon shooting. Makes it first. Had 10 in the first half and 10 so far here in half number 2.
Actually, he's got 12. 13 now, 14 now. So 24 points for Hudson Sheldon.
9-point lead. I think that's the largest one of the night for Mandan. And it's with 2.5 minutes remaining. Austin on the left side of the lane, now back to the middle. Flips to the right hand.
I think he knows right now he's got to start making some things happen. Just 2:20 left. It's time.
Sheldon pass fake. Bearstail now Brown Otter. They get it across the timeline.
And Demons are going to have just 4 team fouls. Now they want to have some fouls potentially because they're going to have to start putting some pressure defense and potentially getting Mandan to the line.
Yeah, these are going to be 25-second possessions for Mandan on offense the rest of the way. Ooh. A foul is called. It might have been against Meshke.
Well, that's a tough call. They played great defense.
Austin.
I don't like that one. I don't think the official saw it because Andre Austin was clearly away from that one. Now, maybe I missed something, but I was watching that one pretty close. Now they get a new shot clock.
It's going to be a 50-second possession now for Mandan.
Yep, they're going to do a little weave out here now. That was a big call right there.
Bradley to Riley, top of the key. Hudson Sheldon from the far wing. Thought about driving against Carlo, gets one step inside the three-point line, kicks to Riley Bear's tail, off the mark, no good. 90 seconds left. Austin, again, paint touch. Kick out to Meshki. Doesn't take the three, instead flips up a layup. No good, ball stays with Bismarck.
You know, that's one you get kicked out. You got to be ready for that one, don't you? You know, you got a guy inside, you're outside the three-point line, you're a shooter. That's a time to take that one.
Yeah, a guy that's hit 7 threes in his first 2 games. You think Meshki would be quick to shoot.
Yep.
Gets the ball there on the inbounds pass. They'll work it around to Kalik Austin. Hands off to Andre, unless TJ Brownotter has something to say. Well, they did say that he touched the ball, so that backs up the no call. There's a foul against Brownotter.
That's only their 5th team foul, though, so still another one to give. It's pretty hard for Mandan to complain about that. I mean, I think they fouled him about 3 times in that possession.
Could have, yes.
But what defense Mandan's played tonight. I mean, how impressive. Demons averaging 100 points a game coming into this.
Half that so far.
Hit the out-of-bounds line on the air ball by Kalik.
Planning Team Financial Advisors, Shots Crossroads post-game show comes up next. We'll talk with our Sport Clips MVP. There you see Coach Schaefer for Mandan, a team that won 11 games last year while dropping 13.
It's been a while. Mandan's last state tournament appearance, 2022.
Hard to believe, really.
With Sheldon, yeah, it is. With Hudson Sheldon on your team for the last couple of years, and you haven't made it. They lost to Legacy in the play-in game, 89-80. 89-70, I should say.
They've been 1 win away the last 2 seasons.
Yep.
Obviously, we are not thinking postseason right now.
There's a lot of games between now and then.
This is just the conference opener for Mandan. A foul is going to get called against KP Eaglestaff.
Again, still not in the bonus. Now they are finally. It's a big win for Mandan. They came out that second half on that big run. They were down 7 at half, and then they went, 15-3, a 15-3 one. Then they survive a Bismarck High big run to come right back at the Demons. It's always that second run that's going to get you.
There's the over and back call. What Mandan wanted a couple possessions ago. Bismarck's going to get the ball back as some people start to leave the building.
And this one ain't over yet.
There's still 50 seconds left in a 7-point game.
You got that right. You hit a 3 here, and Mandan misses some front-end bonuses. And
DJ Brownotter is not giving Andre Austin any space. Does get the ball here, forcing him to go left. Austin, again, trying to get to that right hand. Can't. Instead, skips a pass out to Grady Swanson. There's the 3, Chuck. And a First International Bank and Trust timeout to follow.
The 4th 3 by Grady Swanson from the assist by Andre Austin.
We've got the last 39 seconds when we come back on the PSP Network.
Great news. If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
(61-57) Mandan on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. 38.9 seconds remain. Mandan will be in the bonus at Bismarck's next foul. The Demons have 3 timeouts remaining. The Braves with 2 clock stoppages left. And our little game reset here back from break. Is it foul immediately down 4?
Well, you have to, I think. I mean,
still a whole shot clock left.
Well, that's true. You do have a shot clock that you could wait 1 possession potentially, because now you'd only have 9 seconds to come down and score. Then you'd have to foul. So that might be risking it a little bit to me. I might play the foul game. Yep.
They will. It's Artie Carlo, and he'll send Briley Bearsdale to the Serve Pro free throw line for a 1-and-1. Mandan hasn't been spectacular at the free throw line either tonight.
No, that was Briley. Okay, and Briley was 3 for 3 coming into this game, and he hasn't shot. So that they got the ball to the guy they wanted to. Shooting 100% on the year. Mandan's hoping the announcer jinx just didn't get him there.
It's hurt Mandan already once today.
Just a bonus.
It's a miss for Briley Bearsdale. It is a one-possession game, but it'll take a 3 and a foul to tie it. Austin looking for a quick basket. Gets to that right hand. That's been money. Another Wilhelm timeout. Stops the clock with 29.8. Shot clock now turned all the way off in a 2-point game.
Now you play it again, and now the question is, after a miss by Briley Bearsdale, now who do you want to get the basketball? Are you going to do the same play and let him get it, or are you going to put Hudson up there potentially?
Sheldon shooting 73% through those first 2 games.
Yeah, he's shooting.
Doug Sheldon hasn't missed either.
8 of 11 for Hudson Sheldon. It's different shooting it when you're winning by 30, that they were the first 2 games, than when it's a 2-point game and you got standing room only in the Bismarck High gym.
On the other side of the river.
On the other side of the river, there you go. Not down by the river.
No, we're not by the river.
In a van by the river.
Shot clock turned off.
They got Riley there again. I mean, I'm going to let him get it again.
Yeah.
They're going to try to get Hudson to it.
Or maybe Brownotter got to get the ball in.
Ooh, wow.
Timeout, maybe at 4.9 seconds right there, but Mandan does get the timeout. It was Briley first and Brownotter the second time, and yeah, Bismarck's not going to let Sheldon touch this.
And if Doug would have looked over to the right, they had Hudson early, but I think he was looking underneath the basket to try to get it to Briley initially. Hudson was the emergency, I guess, guy to get it to, but
not a bad emergency plan.
No, that would have been a pretty good emergency plan. Getting into your cousin.
1 timeout left for Mandan. Hoping they don't need to call it the rest of the way.
You know, we talked about somebody could fall out of the top 5. I don't know, even on a loss. I don't know if somebody does. These 2 teams are good. And you're talking about,
I mean, the number 5 team last week was West Fargo Cheyenne because they got a first place vote for winning last year's state championship. So I'm really not sure how big the gap is. It might be pretty big between 5 and 6.
I didn't even see who got. Well, Century's got to be there too.
Oh, yeah. Inbounds goes to Sheldon. He is fouled as he's falling out of bounds.
I'm curious to see. I don't know if you got it.
Maybe not. I got it, just not right away.
Okay, I'm just curious to see how that turned out because
he kind of disappeared as well.
Yeah, it was close on the end, and Coach Williams not complaining. There was hardly any time that came off the clock at all. So
actually, nothing came off the clock. It was at 29.8 the whole time.
Was it like a? What's
the rule?
If he got pushed beforehand, what's the call? Is it a? If it's a, in the NBA, if you get fouled before possession, I think it's
automatically like 1 point.
Something you get like a shot or something. I don't know. There's some funky. This is what he's saying. Now wait a minute. How?
Still, the clock hasn't changed, so it must be.
If you're an official and you want to text me, DJ Johnson, on how that one works, if no time comes off the clock and it's a dead ball foul, see, that's the guy you want at the line right there.
25 points tonight for Hudson Sheldon. 62-59.
4 for 6 in the first half. He's 3 for 3 the second half.
Makes it. Noom checks in. All right, so it's back to a 4-point game, and for Bismarck, 0.0 seconds came off the clock. Austin, quick dribble. He's on that right side where he wants to go. Yeah, Mandan's going to give him that basket. The second to last timeout called by Bismarck High. And that whole sequence, Mandan shooting free throws, Bismarck scoring, lasts 5.4 seconds.
And I mean, you know, that was too easy though. You got to take some time off for Andre Austin. You can't just let him. I mean, I would get the ball out of his hands, but man, he took it coast to coast. Mandan just kind of cleared the runway for him I don't know if that was, did they just announce that he got like 1,000 points or something?
Yes,
Hey,
they did
more
some
than that.
announcement. And I feel like there was something about McKenna Johnson earlier today, but.
Oh, the last basket of the day, was that?
I don't know. There was a giant celebration for that basket, which really.
I asked somebody down on the floor, like, first of all, why was she shooting with 1.2 seconds?
And the whole bench rushed the floor.
Yeah,
too.
I didn't know if that
know.
was just excited that they scored or if there was something
but that
special.
was an accomplishment there for Andre Austin. He's already gone past 1,000 points.
He's got to have it. He's a senior. I'm sure he has. I don't have that information.
That was the last year thing. 63-61 Mandan. One timeout remains for both sidelines. Mandan will still be in the single bonus when Bismarck fouls here on the inbound. Congratulations there from Hudson Sheldon to Andre Austin at half court as they come back on the court. And now rivals once again. They get it to Sheldon. Easy inbounds. They still haven't fouled him yet. Now Carlo eventually. 4 seconds come off the clock.
Yeah, that's not the guy they wanted to get the ball. Anybody else but him. He's just hit 2.
Sheldon did get hit in the face by Carlo's forearm, so taking a little bit of extra time there. Officials will give him that extra time.
Just check to say, is it bonus? Is that for sure?
Still the 1-and-1. It'll be a one-possession game no matter what. Ice water from Hudson Sheldon tonight in the Carl Guard. He's made the last 3 free throws when he's needed to.
Yeah, he's made 5 in a row in this second half, late in this game.
Again, Kirky heads to the scorer's table as Sheldon sinks another one from the Serve Pro free throw line. Back to a 4-point game. This time they do guard Austin full court with TJ Brown on.
Double teaming
Yeah,
him.
doubling. Bismarck's got to look for other options. They do get it to Andre Austin. He's with the left hand right down the lane. Oh, a foul is called.
That's a good call because they're not in the bonus yet.
Yeah.
So they fouled him, outside. 6-team foul, so it literally that took off about 4 seconds maybe. Now they're in the bonus.
Eagle staff inbounds to Austin. Holds the basketball for a bit.
What are we doing here?
Get it to Kenyatta White. Trying to maybe set up a 3. It'll be Carlo. Off the backboard, no good. Kirky rebound. Out to Sheldon. 5 seconds. They're just going to put the ball up in the air for now. Briley Bears tail. They don't even need to shoot it. Mandan on the road beats Bismarck High in a comeback. 65-61. Clutch shooting. Jeans for Hudson Sheldon. Hits the last 4 free throws. Chuck is running down to the court right now to catch up with our Sport Clips MVP of the game. It'll be Mandan going home happy tonight with a 65-61 win over Bismarck High to kick off the WDA basketball season. We will get right into our planning team financial advisor Shots Crossroads postgame show here with an interview with our Sport Clips MVP of the game. Not sure there need to be much conversation tonight. Hudson Sheldon with a near 30-point performance. I think he did go over 30 tonight. We'll have to count. And Chuck is down there with Hudson and the winning head coach, Brandon Schaefer, after a big win to kick off the 2024 conference schedule. Chuck, take it away.
All right, Coach, what a game. I mean, you talk about runs. You're down 7.5, and I don't know what your halftime speech was, but your team came out and just kind of punched them in the mouth. You took the lead and then kind of rolled over a little bit. They came back on you, but it's that second run that's what got it.
Yeah, I can't say how proud I am of these guys. We tagged at halftime. We thought the first half offensively, we really didn't move. We were pretty, just passing, standing. We didn't have any pressure on the rim. We can shoot it a little bit. We were 1 of 5 from 3 in the first half. And that was a point of emphasis. We got to get ball reversals and put pressure on the rim with our cuts. And then off a reversal, look to attack and have our shooters move around the perimeter. And we just found a way. It's never easy here. And that was just a fantastic win.
It was a good win, and a great environment here at Bismarck High. And to have a tight game like that early on, as you had a couple blowouts in your first 2 games of the season, I know it's early, but games like that really help.
Absolutely, you know, both of us and Bismarck, you know, we're, I think, two really good teams, and the early going, we had running clock going in our games, and, you know, so we knew it was going to be a close one coming here, and we just talked, play with poise. We've been here before, and we're going to make a run. And Hudson, during one timeout, after our big run, he says, hey, they're going to make a big run. They're going to make a run. And they did, and we responded. And, I mean, the atmosphere was fantastic. It's a great way to get a win early in the season.
You know, for you, lastly, the last question about defensive effort, you threw some different guys. TJ played an unbelievable effort against Andre Austin. He got some points late, but bottom line is they really shut him down. He had like 12 points up to the last 4 minutes of the game.
Yeah, Andre's a special player, and we did a great job. I think he ended with 15 or 17, something like that. But we told TJ he was his guy. Riley Barisel was going to guard him a lot, and Noompa Kirky, and those three guys, along with the help side, we sent helpers to him early, and I thought our rotations were fantastic. And again, every guy that stepped on the court tonight found a way to contribute to the win.
It's a big win, Coach. Congratulations. TJ, let me get TJ. TJ Braunauer, you know, what a game for you. Offensively, you shot the ball well, but I thought the difference, you stepped up defensively. You played such hard defense against Andre tonight. He got some points late, but boy, you really bottled him up early.
Yeah, I'm obviously going to guard the best player on the court every night. And obviously I got to still play offense, hit some tough shots, and be the guy on the court also. And yeah, Andre's a good player, but yeah, he was really hard to guard, but down in crunch time, that's what I got to do. I got to step up.
And you guys put a lot of pressure on the defense early. From your defensive effort, I mean, here's a team scoring 100 points a game. You hold them to 61. Obviously, your defensive effort, but how about the whole team's defensive effort?
Yeah, the whole team, we preach to play defense really hard every night, no matter what, no matter who we're guarding, no matter team we're playing. We have to play really hard no matter what. And BHS is a really good team. They get middle, they play really fast, but we had to slow them down on their home court tonight.
You know, what I thought too is, you know, you guys are only playing 7 or 8 guys tonight. But man, even with all the pressure, it seemed like late in the game you all still had your legs. So that talks a lot about what you guys have been doing to prepare for the season.
Yeah, during practice we have 7 guys being on the offensive side for varsity side. And the scout did a really good job to help us prepare for tonight. And 7 guys, yeah, we're used to it, but we're really conditioned.
That's a great win. Congratulations. Don't leave.
Thank you.
All right. Hudson, you know, here we are again. But for you, it seemed like at the end of the game you got down. Your coach said, hey, they're going to make a run. They did. You came back and you responded. Talk about the confidence you have in your basketball team right now, even early in the season.
Oh, so much confidence. You know, obviously basketball is a game of runs, and you know they don't go on 10-0 runs. They go on 25-3 runs. You know, they're that type of team. So you know, we went on a little run, got some momentum. They called a timeout. First thing I said, hey, they're going to make a run. We gotta stay under control, and then we gotta, you know, battle through it, and you know, we gotta make another run towards the end. You know. And I got so much confidence, you know, towards the end of the game, you know, I looked down, I'm like, we got 5 guys here, I'm comfortable with all of them shooting free throws, you know, but to be honest, I wanted to shoot the free throws, but, you know, I had confidence, and, you know, Briley missed his, you know, I don't care. Briley's such a good shooter, and just everyone else on the floor, I got confidence in to hit shots.
You know, that's one thing for you as quarterback in the football team. Obviously, you got to be a team leader. They look to you, and you kind of willed this team with you, and, you know, I can't let you leave without talking about these dunks. I mean, 3 more of them tonight. And in traffic I think was the best one. You know, kind of talk me through that. I know it's not the biggest thing tonight, but you know, for you and to be able to get those steals and get out, that really brings energy to your team.
Yeah, you know, some coaches say, oh, just 2 points is 2 points, however you see it, but everyone knows that, you know, dunks and, you know, diving on the floor, taking charges, those are game changers for us. And I just think that, you know, getting ones in traffic are a little bit more exciting, you know, but you know. Kobe will come to me, ask if I got any other dunk besides just 2 hands, and the answer is really no. Honestly, you know, that's when you got to make sure you get those 2 points.
It's early in the season, but what does that victory mean?
Oh, it's huge. You know, this was a measuring stick game for us. You know, obviously BHS is always towards the top of the WA and definitely towards the top of the state. And, you know, there's a constant in that, and that's Coach Wilhelm. You know, he's done a phenomenal job. You know, there's a reason they're always up there in the top of the state. You know, going to state. You know, making runs at state because he's really got his guys all bought into the system that he's enforced, and you know, so I got so much respect for their program. But you know, this is definitely a big win for us. And, Coach Schaefer always says head hits the pillow, this one's over. But, we might remember a little bit more, but we got to turn the page and be ready for Friday.
That's a big win. Congratulations.
I got to shout out.
Hold on.
I got to shout out. I really think that you guys reignited this rivalry a little bit with Jensen's interview during football season when he said, here at MHS we don't like BHS. So I really think that added some intensity to it. So appreciate you guys for that one.
That was a good one. It was a great one. Great win. All right, congratulations. Back up to you guys.
Oh, well, thank you, Hudson, for that. Maybe we intend to do that a little bit. We're a TV broadcasting station. We got to do that. Mandan 65, Bismarck 61. Tell you what, they're going to meet again later this season. It might just add some more fuel to the fire. We'll look at our box score and move the game next on the PSP Network.
The dictionary defines community as a group of people living in the same place or sharing common goals. Community is the largest part of our name, and we make it the largest part of our business. We support our local schools, organizations, youth programs, and local events from Bowman to Bismarck because we all share a common goal to better the quality of life in our communities. Come bank with us at Dakota Community Bank and Trust, your real community bank.
Spas Etc. is excited to introduce the addition of the Master Spas line, including the Michael Phelps Swim Spas. Enjoy the relaxing health benefits and enjoy 0% financing up to 72 months or up to $5,000 off on all spas and swim spas. You'll also find $2,000 off the MSRP on all pools and saunas. Come check out the outstanding lineup of Master Spas at Spas Etc.
Final score tonight from the Carl Gard Gym in Bismarck. Mandan 65, Bismarck High 61. It's time for the Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads postgame show. Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. Visit them online at planningteam.com. And Shots Crossroads, order online at shotscrossroads.com from their delicious menu that includes the famous number 99. Team buses are always welcome at Shots Crossroads. Again, your final score, Mandan 65, Bismarck 61, a 15-0 run for Mandan early in the second half. Really set the rest of the way for the Braves to pick up this win. It wasn't without another Bismarck little comeback all the way throughout the second half, but simply Mandan got it done tonight.
They really did, and I mean, leadership is a key, right, at any level, whether it's high school, college, professional, and you saw tonight the leadership of Hudson Sheldon. That team believes in him, and he believes in everybody on his team, and that makes a difference when you're playing with those kids. I mean, I've played with guys like that you just they just make you play better, and he's one of those guys you have ultimate trust in, and he just pushes you to be the best person you can potentially be, and it showed that tonight where, just listening to TJ Brownouter, how excited he is about, I'm going to play the best guy on defense, and we're going to go with 7 guys, and that's what we do. We play 7 guys against the other side, and we're going to be in shape, and I thought that they looked really good in terms of early in the season. They even with all the pressure Bismarck High had on them, they didn't get tired. Coach Schaefer did a really good job calling timeouts when he needed to. There was a time late where you saw that Hudson was really tired. He basically said, Briley, you shoot it. And he put his hands on his knees, and the coach looked, okay, I get it. I got to call timeout right here. And so smart play by Coach Brandon Schaefer recognizing that. And that's just a good win in Bismarck High. I know Coach Willems not happy with that, and he's not going to make any excuses tonight. And I would imagine he's going to take a look at the film tonight, and there can be some things he might be adjusting and going, okay, we can change this. Maybe it's matchups, maybe it's different people and who's playing together and whatnot, but they'll definitely learn from that, and Bismarck High will be better because of that loss.
How about we take a look at the individual scoring tonight?
All right, first for the Bismarck High Demons as they score 61 points, 18 for Andre Austin, but he scored 3 baskets late. When they basically let him score in those possessions. But still, he played a great game. He played a lot of defense against Hudson Sheldon, and even though Hudson scored 28, he earned them undoubtedly. Grady Swanson had 4 threes for 12. Kalik Austin had 9 points. He had 3 threes. He's probably shy. He was probably 3 for 12, he shot a lot of threes. His percentage might not have been crazy high. Kenyatta White had a bucket. KP Eaglestaff had 4. Grant Bieber had 2 threes for 6. And Carson Schumacher had 2 threes for 6. And Artie Carlo, 4 points for him tonight. As I said, Henri Austin led him with 18. For the Mandan Braves, they were led by who else? Hudson Sheldon, 28 points. He always has great comments. His comment was, I'm cool with everybody shooting. I look down the bench, and I'm confident with everybody, but kind of want to shoot him myself. I mean, he's always got the one-liners that I love. He finished with 28 points, 6 of 6 from the free throw line when they counted the most, and had 2 big threes down the stretch that really pushed his Mandan team to victory. 13 for TJ Brownotter, and you can't say enough about the defensive effort that he played tonight. 7 for Riley Bearstail. Tristan Lomer had 7 all and a little bit of a bunch in that third quarter. 5 for Riley Bearstail, and Doug Sheldon had 3 points. Actually, he just had 2. 2 points for Doug Sheldon, 2 free throws. And then Noompa Kirky had 2 points for a total of 65. Down by 7 at halftime. They come back strong. They go up. What was their biggest lead? They were up 42-38, I think, in Bismarck High. Kind of had a timeout somewhere in there. Bismarck High went on a nice 14-2 run. And then Mandan responded with a run of their own to get the victory, 65-61.
Is your final box score tonight from Bismarck High School. How about we hand out some of the awards? Sport Clips MVP. Who'd you end up giving it to, Chuck?
Well, I'm going to give it to 2 guys. We can double it up, right? We got a picture of both Hudson Sheldon. Offensively, leadership, he surely led him at 28 points, but you just can't say enough about the defensive effort that TJ Brownotter made. And he had 3 big threes in that second half. He finishes with actually 14 points, didn't he? He had 14 points. So big second half for him, not to mention defensive effort. So it's a Sport Clips MVP with Hudson Sheldon and TJ Brownotter.
Nothing comes close to making you feel like an MVP, quite like the MVP experience at Sport Clips. Check it online with the hairstylist today at sportclips.com or on the app. One more award tonight, the Spas Etc. Move of the game. Is it a dunk again for Hudson Sheldon?
I mean, it probably is. It's the one down the lane. Give credit. I couldn't see. I think it was Riley Bearstail who the pass to him. I think it was just a great series or a connection at that point. Where the pass, I think, came from the opposite corner, got reversed around to him, Sheldon, and then he just cut right down the basket in a great feed from, I think it was Riley Bearstail and Sheldon, a dunk in traffic. That is our Spas Etc. Move of the game.
Well, that just about does it for our Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads post-game show. You know what? I figured it all out, Chuck. All the celebrations we had today, it's rare to see 1,000th point celebrations in a single night. We had 2 of them today. McKenna Johnson with that last basket, which seemed totally not important in Mandan Girls' win. You say, why are we even shooting that at the buzzer up by so many? That's number 1,000. Didn't want to carry 998 into Friday night's matchup that the Braves have against Jamestown. So she scores 1,000. And then in the boys' game, Andre Austin eclipses 1,000 points tonight. We thought he got it last year, but hey, anytime you get 1,000 is pretty good.
And then Brooklyn Felkley, the game tonight, the other PSP game, she got 1,000 tonight.
Wow.
It was a big night for the 1,000-point scores.
Who knows what you'll see the next night you turn on PSP Network, whether it's hockey on Thursday or another basketball triple header on Friday. For our great PSP Network crew putting on tonight's show, my color commentator Chuck Claremont, I'm Owen Patterson, repeating your final score for the final time. It's a Mandan sweep on the road at Bismarck High, winning 65-61 in the boys' game. Again, we hope you tune in on Thursday for hockey, Friday for basketball back in the capital city. Until then, have a good night, everybody.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
We want it all. We want our dog to fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it.
Damn it.
We want to fix it ourselves. And actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster. And know the market price of the lobster.
How much is... Whatever the market says.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
At Schatz Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day. So you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak, or can you? Schatz Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.